On there one time, numbers started going up.
You hear me? You ready?
Let's do it.
Squad. I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her. If you with your gang, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 4, episode 24 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I'm your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. How you doing tonight, man?
Shit, bro, I'm good, man. Been a busy week. But, man, I've been looking forward to this show all week long, all weekend long.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The show has been talked about, since the news happened or whatever. A lot of people, wondering what he was going to say. I made a little post, kind of got a little rowdy on the post in the comments and whatnot. But yeah, man, what's been keeping you busy this week?
Oh man, just work. I had a new store open up. One of my top chains that I've been calling on for the last 7 years. They've been in business almost 80 years, and this is like their big grando, like putting a stamp on the city. You know what I'm saying? So huge store, huge tobacco rack, and this ain't part of my job, but since they've been so good to me, the last couple years, I went in, set up brand new cigarette rack right out the box. You know what I'm saying? Put together nuts, bolts, all that. I'm like, this is it. I'm above this. Got a little bougie, and the one dude was like, "Hey man, do you normally do this?" I'm like, "Nah," but put it all together for him, man. Got it tagged up and everything, and just to see the look on their faces, man, to say like, "Hey, like appreciate you helping us," and like this is you help us put going you helping us put our mark on the city with this one. So it's keeping me busy, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. Well, basketball has kicked off for me. Down here last night, or I guess last weekend, I called my first couple of basketball games, called 4 in a row, and then last night called 2 back to back over at Liberty Island, man. So it's full swing basketball season for me. Well, I don't want to say full swing because this weekend I got to go down to Dallas and film that Longview game. Longview still rolling strong in the playoffs down here, man. But
Who they
I've
got?
been pretty busy myself.
Who long you got? Who long you got?
Oh, Alito.
Ooh.
Yeah, so probably like the real first competition of the season is happening in the state semifinals.
Yeah, I know back in the day they had, I forgot the first name. I know his last name was Gray. He was a running back. He ended up going to Texas, but he was a dog at Alito. Alito Eagles, ain't it?
Yeah, and they have a quarterback right now. He's thrown for 1,800 and he's rushed for a band also. So he's gonna be,
Longview hold him up, him up. You know what I'm saying? East Texas boys to do their thing. Is Dallas East Texas?
No, it's West, or I guess Central West. Whatever. What is?
I don't know. I thought
definitely not East, but Longview definitely is.
Yeah.
But anything going on with the Hunt, man? Anything going on with the Dreaded Archer, man? Hey, I got hey y'all. I got to get a little sneak preview. of the first exclusive Dreaded Archer t-shirt, Dreaded Archer merch. So if you are not signed up for the exclusive t-shirt or t-shirt of the month club, you need to get over to dreadedarcher.com and get that done, man.
For sure. Hey, only thing I know is, bruh, you know what I'm saying? I've been putting it off. I'm like, we gonna do the show. I'm gonna have Nick on the show once we get done with our hunt trip. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't know this unless you a true listener. I took all of November off. I did not post a show in November.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just the fact that the fans was what you call it, earning for some Dreaded Archer or what. But hey, I dropped the Nick Reed episode. I get up the next morning and bam, 45,000 views. My goodness gracious. Get up the next day, 65,000. Dang, get 70,000. I'm like, it just keep going up. I'm like, hey, I gotta get you on more often, bro. Like the numbers doing like that. I said, man, this dude gonna do it. He gonna do 100. He gonna do 100K.
Man, hey, it was. I told you why I felt like it was. You know what I'm saying, man. It's just real conversation, versus an interview. I guess you know
Yeah.
what I mean or whatever. But shout out to Carbon TV for pushing the content over there on Carbon TV Media, man.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't have the Carbon TV app,
Go get it.
if you don't have the Carbon TV app, you gotta go get it right now, man. They pushing the Dreaded Ultra like they made it. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and there's some good content over there. If you want to learn how to cook, not just wild game, but anything. They got cooking shows. If you just want to watch deer eat out of a feeder, they got
Yeah.
they have a 24-hour camera on the feeder, and you can see all these deer come in, deer, raccoons, turkeys, all that. If you want to listen to other podcasts, like mine, they got it on there. I mean, they got a little bit of something for everybody on there. So you got to get over and check out Carbon TV.
Most definitely, man. You gotta get over and check Carbon TV. Hey, if you're watching right now, if you're on the podcast, shout out my boy Kevin Hancock. What's up, baby? If you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're over on the YouTube, hit that notification bell so you can know when we go live and we post content. And get over to the Instagram and follow my guy right here at DA Dreaded Archer 17. Myself, Big Poppy _ ONE9. And definitely follow at the RTL podcast over there on Instagram, man. Get that going right now. Hey, we got bamboozled last weekend on the shares. Somebody shared it a bunch of times just by themselves. That don't count. We need 25 unique shares. That means 25 different people got to share it, and we're gonna give somebody a $100 bill.
For sure.
All right.
So, hey, somebody was trying to get that money, man. All you gotta do is share it one time. You good? You in?
Appreciate it, but it don't work like that. Hey,
dang old Todd Shelton didn't waste no time. He just came right on in with it.
Is Deion the first coach that breaks the transfer portal system? I mean, yeah, I think he is going. I think it's going to break it. I think he will break it. I think it's going to be it's going to get crazy, y'all. Over 200 athletes already knocking on the door.
It is wild. Everybody trying to get to Colorado right now.
Everybody trying to get to Colorado right now.
Get to Colorado. I mean, I think just period, people are moving. I mean, even here at South Dakota State, I think they had like 10 or 15 cats hit the portal.
Straight like that.
Just straight like that. And I mean, I know they ain't trying to get to Colorado. Hell, you could make it at SDSU. So you sure ain't getting to Colorado.
They just hitting it to hit it. A lot of guys just hit it to hit it, man. But before we get into the craziness, man, shout out to Gut Daddy and GutDaddy.com. If you're out in the field, hey, most of the injuries, hey, when do they happen, Trey?
During the field dressing process.
Exactly. So if you want to make your field dressing process safer, faster, and cleaner, you got to get you a Gut Daddy. Over only get them at GutDaddy.com.
Yep. All right. Say if it's anything else, it ain't legit.
It ain't legit. All right. Some people would say, Trey, that the knives alone are worth the price of the whole Gut Daddy field dressing kit.
I can tell you now, I didn't use a lot of knives in the field, and I promise you, I haven't used anything sharper than the Gut Daddy.
They're hand sharpened right before they're delivered to your door. And there's only one place to get them.
It's GutDaddy.com. You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
And it is the holiday season. I know some of y'all can't cook, some of y'all can, but just don't want to. I got a place for that. Say grace. Home cooked meals and desserts. All right. She got the dessert cups, the cake balls, the cakes, the cupcakes, the dressing, the ham, the whatever it is. Hit her up. Get yourself right over there at Say Grace for the holiday season.
No, D Reed, I'm definitely not saying national championship in 2 or 3 years. No.
I can say that. I can see that. I can see it happening. I can see the national championship in 2 or 3 years. All right, but we I guess we're gonna get to that. All right, I guess we're gonna get to that. But
might as well.
Might as well. But the big elephant in the room right now, all around the sports world, definitely in the black community, is the Deion. I don't know about fans. I think that the Deion like crazy hella supporters, and then you have the people who are upset at Deion.
Right.
All right, and so the two sides are arguing back and forth against each other. Why are you mad at Deion? Some people are saying you didn't go to HBCU. You have no reason to be mad. Some people are saying, why you be mad at another black man for bettering his career?
Yeah, for elevating.
You know what I mean? And I think there's a big bridge that needs to be, a gap that needs to be bridged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. There is a total right to be mad at Deion. And if you definitely been tuned into the RTL from the jump, you definitely know the hill that he built for himself to stand on, along with this HBCU
movement,
football movement. All right, I'm gonna call it the football movement.
All right.
What you guys say about that?
No, I'm in agreement with you. You know what I'm saying? Like first, of course, anytime some big news go down in the sports world, I'm out and about, so I normally don't see stuff what's going down. So get a call from mama a couple times, like something's going on, so I call. How you feel about Coach Prime? What's going on with Coach Prime? He going to Colorado. I said no. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I think said maybe he just entertaining it, because he did say in the past he'd be a fool or not, sit down with some of these big schools and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? He'd entertain it.
Yeah.
So I think he just entertaining it. You know what I'm saying? They got the swag championship today. They want record numbers to get people to watch it. Maybe he just put it out there to see, you know what I'm saying? And then it wasn't even, 24 hours, and boom, you know what I'm saying? He accepted the job. Hell, he was at Colorado that same night, after the game, him and Shador. So I'm like, oh, snap. Like, and then I wasn't mad that he left, you know what I'm saying? Because, end of the day, it's a job.
Yeah.
And you got to go chase the paper. And being in the college, playing college football, at the highest level, and at any level, period, there is no honor, no loyalty when it comes to coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I got my there's no honor amongst coaches when it comes to the college world. So a coach can be there today, love you, and the next day go on to the next spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at him about leaving or going to Colorado. I was mad because you abandoned your message.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You stood up against the system, or that was the platform you came out on, is I'm standing up against the system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why aren't HBCU coaches getting paid what the Power 5 coaches are getting paid? Why don't HBCUs get the coverage that the Power 5 conferences are getting? You know what I'm saying? And why can't HBCUs get the top recruits that the Power 5 is getting?
Yeah.
That's the platform you came in on, and you said it was your mission to uplift, HBCUs, not just in the sports, but also the schools. You know what I'm saying? The character of the students. You brought that platform out there.
Yeah.
And then to just abandon it, when if you look at it, yes. I said, how long should he have stayed there till the mission was done? When you set out a mission, when you put a mission out there, you cannot leave that until the mission is done. If I say I come to lift up HBCUs, then I'm not going to leave until every HBCU is getting the same coverage that my school was getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hear people saying, well, how long, like in the Kennard, how long should he have stayed there?
Yeah.
He put that mission out there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what I feel he did was he set a 10-year plan, but only had maybe a 3-year plan in mind.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you on that. And I guess I with that last statement, I somewhat agree. I don't know that he had a 2 or 3 year plan in mind. I think he had the 10-year plan in mind, but it got different.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
The circumstances changed.
Yeah, it got different. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can understand from a coaching standpoint. I can understand even from just a personal standpoint of why you would leave Jackson State. All right. He won it at Jackson State. He did everything he could for Jackson State in 2 years, in 3 years. All right. Yes, he did. But he didn't come out and say, hey, I'm gonna be the greatest Jackson State coach ever. And that's what I'm coming here to do. That's not what you said. You said I'm coming here to bring HBCUs to the forefront.
Back to glory.
All right. So that's what you came to do. And I remember when he was saying all this, I was the one saying, hey, hold up, Deion, you might want to pump your brakes on saying all this, because you're about to walk yourself into a situation that you're going to be stuck in, bound by your words.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're bounding yourself to the HBCU community by your words. I'm coming to save. He's saying save. All right. Everybody know the Black community, Christianity, save. That's a big word over here. Because, hey, if we're going to be real, our mamas and grannies didn't like Deion until he started doing the HBCU stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just be honest. Mamas and grannies didn't like Deion until he started doing the HBCU stuff. So he didn't have the backing of the whole Black community when he first popped out. So he built a mountain to stand up on. I'm the savior. But then when it got hard, when it got different, they start stealing his stuff.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Breaking into his office, stealing his stuff. Water crisis came. A lot of people in the community turned their backs on Deion. No, this ain't how we do it over here. You being too flashy. You being too this. You being too that. This ain't how we do it over here in the HBCU. So the HBCU community wasn't always receiving of what Deion was doing.
Yeah, you ain't swag.
Exactly. And my boy Cam said it best. All right. He said I believe he wanted to do it. But when things got tough, he had to get up out of there. Kennard, man, all y'all saying this man should have disobeyed God's word. God led him to leave. Can't argue that he saved them. What more saving could he do? And talking about making HBCU the same is impossible. Hell, other coaches wasn't even on his, said all out of jealousy. I don't know what that last part meant, but he made this mission.
On his side, all out of jealousy. That's what he meant.
Other coaches was, that's what I'm saying. But if you coming to be that savior, why would you think everybody was going to be on your side? When you come and shake up the rattlesnake's nest, why did you think you wasn't going to get bit? Why would you think that? But what I'm saying is, when you made it bigger than football, we need to keep the money with us. You saying all these bold, strong statements. We need to keep the money over here with us. Our players need to be playing over here with us. I can do everything they're doing over there over here with us.
Yep.
All right. So no one said this. No one made you say these words. And I'll be the first one to say, outside of all the community stuff, outside of all the culture stuff, I understand exactly why you would leave and go to a different school.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It's simple economics.
Your son's gonna get held for the Heisman every year here.
Yep.
You've realized that. All right. The facilities that you are accustomed to, you've realized that. You ain't gonna get them. You thought you was gonna be able to turn it up quicker than you did.
Hell,
and you was gonna get them.
He ended up paying for the facility.
Exactly. So you didn't get you don't have the facilities that you could have over there. All right. You don't have the backing of everybody at the school over there because it's jealousy. But you knew that because you was dealing with us. Yep. You knew that when you went over there because you was dealing with us. So I understand why you would leave. But let's not act like, now God telling me I gotta go. He told me I was coming to save the HBCUs, but now he telling me it's time for me to go save Colorado. In Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder.
So come on, man. Don't
Hey,
don't be saying that somebody can't be upset that he left. There's a crazy valid reason for people to be upset that he left.
yeah, and also and Kennard, he's not making a difference in coaching. That's not happening. There's nothing Deion can do that's going to make a difference in how the coaching structure is set in college football. At this point, a coach is only doing for a coach, because there's been other coaches like Lovie Smith, Tony Dungy. Hell, Tony Dungy got a Super Bowl. So he's
And
not
we
making
still having the same conversation about black coaches.
And we still having the same conversation about black coaches. Like, we've had coaches that have hit the pinnacle of the football world, and we're still having the same conversation about black coaches in college football and in the NFL. Hell, there was a Super Bowl. Oh, hell, what's his name? Shit. The Steelers coach. He got Super Bowl.
Kevin
He got
Mike
two.
Tomlin.
He got two, don't he?
One.
Well, he got one. Okay, but still, there's been more other black coaches come through that have hit the pinnacle of coaching in the world. So Deion is not going to make a difference going to Colorado.
And that's all I'm saying. He did everything he was supposed to do to HBCU expose. He already changed so much. Those coaches are pro coaches. He did everything he could. He did everything. He did everything that Jackson State's at the pinnacle of their game right now. All right. Yes, they are. But what makes you think that after this contract that Deion has put on with ESPN and everything, what makes you think they're gonna keep coming back? I don't have to now because Deion's not there.
He's not there. He's not putting a spotlight on us anymore. And then another thing. Here's this right here. So Deion was at Jackson State for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
All right. The first year they didn't win the SWAC. They won the SWAC last year. They lost the Celebration Bowl, and then they won the SWAC this year. All right. So if Deion has put so much exposure on the HBCUs, please tell me who beat Jackson State last year in the Celebration Bowl, and what's the name of the coach and the name of the team?
Without looking it up.
Looking it up. If he put so much exposure on HBCUs.
It should have popped up already.
It should have popped up already.
It should have popped up already.
He put the spotlight on Jackson State. Now schools that played Jackson State, did they get some pub? For sure. You know what I'm saying? Southern, they got a big boost in ratings when they were on College Game Day. A big boost. But that's it. You couldn't turn on ESPN and see Bethune-Cookman playing Howard. You couldn't turn on ESPN and see South Carolina State playing Prairie View. You weren't gonna see none of that. You only gonna see Jackson State because that's where the pub was going. Now, if he would have came out and said, "My goal is to put Jackson State on the map," he did that.
Facts.
If you look at anybody who says, if you put a mission out there, a mission is the overall thing. Then you got objectives. And objective 1, he put Jackson State on. 2, he started getting big name players to start coming to HBCUs. He did that. But other than that, that's it. You still got work to do. He came out and said he's going to make all HBCUs great. Matter of fact, his exact words were he was going to bring HBCUs back to the glory days when Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, and Michael Strahan played there. And those all three of them cats are what? NFL Hall of Famers.
Exactly.
He said that. So if you're going to come out and you're going to make these statements, this is what I'm going to do while I'm here. We need our players at HBCUs. We don't need to be at the Power 5 schools.
Exactly. So now it changes the message because guess what? Now, number 1 pick in the 2025 draft, Deion Sanders, is coming out of Colorado. He's coming out of the Pac-12. He ain't coming out of the SWAC. Number 3 pick, Travis Hunter in the 2025 draft is coming out of the Pac-12. He ain't coming out of Jackson State. So that's where the difference is. And so that's why I'm sitting here saying, don't tell people they don't have a reason to be upset that Deion is leaving. It don't matter if I'm upset at Deion or not. That ain't my point. That ain't my argument here. My argument is all y'all out here saying, oh, why y'all mad at him? Y'all just hating. You mad at another black man. Kill that because it's garbage. I'm sitting here walking it down to you, the reasons why they should be upset. Because what you said you was coming to do, you haven't done yet. Exactly. You haven't brought HBCUs back to the glory yet. So they have a reason to be upset.
And there's a lot of players. There's a lot of players that bought in. They bought into that system. You know, there was cats that had offers from Alabama, Florida State, South Carolina, Tennessee. And they said, nah, man, I'm going to, I'm going to Georgia State. I'm going to Tennessee A&M. They dipped. They turned down the offers and went because they believe that I want to be part of something that's bigger than myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to be one of the names they speak of when they say, hey, these players came through and changed the tide of HBCUs. I want my name brought up. Go read why Travis Hunter went to Jackson State. He goes, I want to be on that wave. I want to be the head of that wave. So if you got the number one player in the 2021 class?
Yeah, 2021.
You got the number one player in the 2021 class saying, I want to be the head of that wave. Think about the guy that's number 5, the guy that's 7, 10, 12, 15. They saying the same shit. Hell, if number one going to do it, it starts a trend. And we started to see that trend. And then you abandon it. Now look at the portal. All them cats are, he gone? I'm dipping now. I don't have any reason to stay at HBCU. I'm dipping.
Because you know what's coming with it. We have way more to be upset over. Look at the crime in Jackson. All them players going to Colorado, about to change the culture in Colorado.
That's another thing. Now, go ahead. You already know what I'm gonna say. You already know.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said you was gonna change it all. That's what you was there for. Through football, you was gonna change it all. So when it's gonna get worse before it get better. Anytime you're trying to change something, you know what come with change. That's all I'm saying. We giving them an out. Really? If we just gonna say, oh yeah, he better in his career, he better in his coaching staff, he better in his family. We just gonna give him an out. We just gonna give him, we just gonna give him an out. But hey, I agree. If you are totally proud, and I'm proud, first of all, let's go ahead and say that. I'm proud of everything he's done at Jackson State. Also proud of getting the opportunity to go and do at a higher level. So let me put that on the line too before everybody tries to say, oh, yeah, you know, all the extra. You know what I'm saying? I am proud. But what I'm saying is you came out and stated the mission that you had, and that mission is not complete, and you are now leaving said mission.
Yep.
All right. And as a people, I see that we are just giving you the pass. So we agreeing as a people that we could come out and use Black pride to get to a certain level, and then slide on the Black pride mission, and it's all cool with the black people
and abandon it.
And so if we saying that, then that's what we're saying. But I'm just wondering, is that what we're saying?
Are we gonna continue to allow people to come in, use their platform, use us as a platform, and then we catapult them, and then they leave you behind?
I'm not saying it's just one man. I'm not saying not just one man, but I'm not saying not just one man. Obviously, we all gotta do our part. We all gotta play our role. But if you're gonna put yourself on a pedestal in that role, you for sure gotta play that role.
I think will come with it.
And everything that comes with it. Exactly. Hey, Ron, money talk, BS walk. And we see. We see. You gotta know what come with it when you put yourself in that. I was on record way back 3 years ago, whatever it was, way back. Hey, say what you want to say. We wasn't even on video yet.
It was straight audio.
Say what you want to say, but you digging yourself a grave that you're gonna have to one day lay in. And here we are, 2022, and we having this discussion. Sometimes you got to abort mission when you're not trying to make sure I'm good with all the things keep happening, getting robbed twice and threats to harm family. That's what come with it. The MLK family get threatened.
A whole lot.
Well, if MLK would just be like, I tried. I started doing this shit. Now they threatening my family. Hey,
I'm out. So, sometimes you can start a mission. You can start it, and the mission become bigger than you, because
Exactly.
you started it by yourself, and you get to walk in. Matter of fact, prime example. As y'all know, I'm a movie buff. I love Forrest Gump, one of my favorite movies of all time. Forrest just started running one day. He started running, and he was looking forward. And then when he realized, he looked back, and he had thousands of people behind him. I gotta keep running. He kept running until he got tired, and it's like, I'm going home. People are like, well, what are we gonna do now? I don't know, but I'm done. He abandoned all the he ran so long until he abandoned the mission. Deion started the mission out by itself. This is what I'm going to do. All of a sudden, people like myself, like Nick, we didn't even go to HBCUs. But we was like, hey man, I believe that message. One, because I've been a primetime fan since Dallas. Love Prime. You know what I'm saying? Nick got a close relationship to him because he went to school with his son. Nick been to the man's house. So Nick know him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I can get behind that, because he attacking the system that we've all been talking about. Right. You know what I'm saying? We go to these Power 5 schools. We are the program, and we constantly getting shit on. Deion's gonna change that. So you have people, like I said, like ourselves, who didn't go to a HBCU, and they started following it, and he looked behind them, and the mission was big. The people were behind him. And now the mission that started with just you, this small, is now bigger than you. So, and you got to take everything that come with it. Hey, Kiki, if you look in the description, there's a link in the description, and there's also, I just posted the link in the chat. Yeah, but you can't attack it. You can't attack it from Colorado, because now that goes against your mission.
Exactly.
Because you said that we will be able to do it without the Power 5s. We don't need the Power 5s.
And now you in the Power 5.
Now you in the Power 5s. And guess what happens? HBCUs aren't getting paid. Other coaches at HBCUs aren't getting paid like Power 5 teams. They're not. We haven't even had a draft yet to see any players from HBCU get drafted. Now, for all we know, there's teams that could have had guys on their draft board, but now that they abandoned it, I don't have to bring them on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why everybody's saying, like, he's still attacking. He's still changing the culture. How does he change the culture at Colorado? Like, somebody explain that to me. How does he change the culture at a predominantly white university?
You on, Key? I froze up.
I just don't see how that's beneficial to the mission. And then, like you said, now every time he lands that 5-star, every time he lands that 4-star, every time he lands that player or flips that player, that's credit to the Power 5, who you said you didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do that. We need to bring those 5-star players and those us. We need to bring us to us and play against the machine.
What's good, fam? I can't hear you.
You ain't got no audio.
No audio. Now you muted still.
Yeah, I still see it muted. There you go.
Still can't hear you. Hey, log out and get back in, and when you see that microphone, speak into it, and then log back in.
But I just don't see how y'all don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how y'all don't see the right to be upset with it. Prime time like Colorado, can you do something for me? 21. Exactly. Yo. But that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's saying that it's you're a hater if you're upset with prom. I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? If you just look at it at a glance, it may seem like that, but there's real life. There was a real life following behind this thing that was way away from football.
Way away.
Way away from football. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it right now. We gonna keep riding on that subject. But if you tuned in right now, man, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button, man. Let everybody know what you watching, where you watching, and why you watching, man. Over here on the Reed Talking podcast. Also, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe, that notification bell, so you can know when we release any good content, man. And then anywhere, if you're on the go, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere you can hear a podcast, you can hear my voice as well as the voice of the dreaded Archer.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
Don't forget to get over to the Instagram as well. Follow my boy at DA Dreaded Archer 17. Myself, Big Poppy _ ONE9. And then, of course, the RTL podcast Instagram. We're trying to get that up over there.
You still muted.
What's up, cuz? Can y'all hear me now?
All right, there we go. We got
loud and clear.
Already, man. Good to see y'all. Y'all doing some big things. This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Man, the thing that I think about, because, man, I do this every day. This is what I've been doing since with y'all. I work with kids. At the end of the day, we got to stick with them. I mean, because on the other side, that's where the bread is. That's where he can really push certain things. As y'all remember, I went to HBCU for 1 year. I ended up having to pay, man, damn near double because they were stealing money from me. He kind of did what he was supposed to me in certain aspects because he exposed it how, okay, you going to go play Alabama and get beat up on. And you really ain't making no money, man.
No, money. I think he said what somebody went and got like $30,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and by the time you pay for hotels, plane flights, and all that, hell, you made about $5,000.
You ain't made no money.
Yeah,
man. No, he did. I agree with you. He did expose that part of the system.
You know, and that's what we have to do. And at the same time, he helped build some of their facilities. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at both sides of the whole, you know, the whole thing. I feel what y'all saying, but I deal with it. I dealt with some stuff here. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I watch my own folks, you know, do certain things to me. My kind.
Yeah.
While we say the white folks are this, that, and the other, man, that's the motherfucker that saved me.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. Going in, you know this though. So why stand on that hill that you made? And it's just like Damien said right here. He said Deion for president. I'm buying season tickets. Well, hey, why you didn't buy season tickets last year?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? We just playing into the season. We just playing into the system that he came out to fight against. We just playing right into it with this move.
I don't think so. We got to play the system both sides.
No,
the only reason I say that,
I feel it.
You got to play both.
I feel it. I'm just saying. I'm saying both sides. I'm saying both sides. You know what I'm saying? I feel it, but I see why
play one, we ain't gonna come up because that's what we've been doing. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, we are. If we're gonna be 100, we done heard our forefathers, our uncles, and aunties, all them say if they never would have integrated the school, Notre Dame was gonna have to see grammar. Yeah, and we know the outcome. I'm just saying. But at the same time, where we've become and where we went, we still ain't bounding together. No, I mean, even if he go, we all know what's finna go. All them kids gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh, they all going. They all going. They different. I mean, you got players that's at Alabama leaving to go to Colorado.
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, say, Big Unc, can I come with you?
I'm saying, yeah, his nephew.
That's what
I'm saying. But just like them kids doing it, that's what the camera's gonna do too. So we just gonna move all our attention to Colorado, and now HBCUs they right back in the dark. That's all I'm saying. So was the mission? Was the mission to get to where you're going? Because you know the camera's gonna follow you, or you wouldn't have went to the HBCU in the first place.
If that was the case, he went to Florida State starting off.
Exactly.
I think a lot of the obstacles with it was like getting robbed, my nigga. You know, your own people taking your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of stuff, and I was in Monroe, Louisiana, which is maybe 60 miles from there for almost 2-3 years. Jackson messed up, y'all.
No,
It ain't just
I know. I
a
know.
run of the mill.
Yeah.
You know, I applaud him for being there. 2 years and really, kind of putting the city on his back. It's just like, come on, Nick. We watch doing the little league stuff. Let's say in our own city. How many preachers and all them got behind us to
Yeah.
save our own kids? I watched just the other day somebody get gunned down in TK.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on. It's the same thing. Until we say, okay, I might not like your move, but I'm gonna back you. Come on, what's the play? But say, this the real play right here, bro. But I'm gonna follow you with this play, and I should see other kids going in that play that you own. They might not ever got that chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
No, like
I feel it, and
I'm
that's
not
what
I'm not saying that we should stop following him. I'm still gonna follow him to Colorado.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, for the people out there who's saying you shouldn't be mad at him. No, I should feel some type of way because you said one thing and did another. Now
I don't give a fuck.
I'm
I mean,
still gonna love you, but I'm gonna tell you when you're messing up. I'm gonna call you out on it.
Exactly.
And just don't do
true,
it
but
again.
I can't just say you messing up because if you following God and that's what God told you, I can't tell you. Come on now, we come from one petition. We all know if God really telling you all this, God's gonna come get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like somebody who we ever watch Star Search any of that. They get up and sing a gospel song and can't sing a lick. Could have been Mr. Rubin back in the day. Ain't nobody from the booth.
Ain't nobody say
I'm
nothing.
just saying, same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree. But hey, it's like Jordan. Hey, what Jordan was saying right there. Why don't white coaches ever get called out for making promises to change it? He made waves for 3 years to change the entire coaching plan of HBCUs. I don't care what he does from this point. Get the bag. What I'm saying is, this is my thing right here. First of all, white coaches aren't coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna save the Power Five because it doesn't need saving." So no white coach is saying that. So what a coach come out and say, "I'm gonna win," and then they don't win. That's where they lies come in at. That's a totally different thing because this is past football at this point.
they gonna get fired.
Exactly. They just talking about wins and losses. I'm gonna change the culture of winning and losing. Not I'm gonna change the culture of my people. They not coming out saying that. But for me, is what I'm saying is he brought a light around HBCU that has never been brought to it before. But that same exact light is now in Boulder, Colorado. That's why that's what I'm saying. So did you do
I
it?
don't think it's just gone because he's still gonna have his hand in there, bro. Y'all know I did.
I don't
Come
think. I
on,
think he wiping his hands of it.
It's the reason why I know it's just gone because it's like when we asked who is the quarterback of South Carolina State that beat them in the Celebration Bowl. No, in the Celebration Bowl, South Carolina State. No one knows.
They dog.
No one knows who
Jackson
that
State.
is. No
I
one
know. I
knows.
watched the game.
They
It's
dogged
just
them.
like he had a chance to play against Sam Houston and all them this year. He wasn't
And
ready. I
he
mean,
knocked
but
out.
it's the Lions. I got to. He has the players, the skill players.
Yeah.
He ain't got no meat on that D tackle, that offensive guard, left, right, center. No, you'll never be able to compete. And I think that's what, it's gonna be hard to pull them. And I
now
think
that
that's what he
5-star
saw.
is gone. And
That 5-star.
he's saying he brought culture at HBCUs. That's what he promised. He brought the first 5-star ever to an HBCU. And now that 5-star will be drafted out of the Pac-12. He basically never came to an HBCU.
Because I promise you, when he get drafted, they will not play any of his Jackson State highlights. They will not. They're gonna play all of his
Colorado.
Prime
If
example.
they good enough.
No. Last year, Jackson State had a guy get drafted in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
Guess what highlights they played?
The school he was at before.
They played the school he was at before, and they played his Senior Bowl highlight. They played no Jackson State highlight, and Deion got pissed about that.
He got highlights. He played. He just played. He played. I just watched his highlight. Damon told me he ain't got highlights. I just watched his highlight from this season. I just watched his highlight from the last 2 games.
Well, say what you said again, Kifo. Deion got pissed about that.
Yeah, he got pissed about it. He got pissed. But
He's
that's what.
still living the light and under the same path that he came for. We already know how flamboyant Deion is. That's like Charleston White. I mean, come on now. Deion been like this. I mean, this is who he is. I
Yeah.
mean,
This is who he is. This is who he is. I'm not mad at who, I'm not
and
mad at the move or who he is.
and at Jackson State. I mean, they've been dumpster trash.
Yeah, for like 25 years.
And they some and and this gonna be a tough game coming up. I think they might win, and if he do, because nobody from like Grambling Southern in my life can I just roughly remember. I don't remember you going to them beating A&T and all them big school, Florida A&M way back in the day when we was young. I don't remember you seeing them beating them like that.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, when I was coming up, Grambling was the shit.
Yeah.
When it came to HBCUs, I mean, that's if you were gonna go to one,
that was where you gonna go.
To Grambling.
Or Southern.
Southern, yep, that's it. And
Man,
see, and my thing is, and the reason I know the culture of HBCUs haven't changed. Just look at the landscape of Texarkana right now. Look at all of the top recruits coming out of Texarkana. How many of them got an offer from an HBCU, and we got 3 of them right down the road.
They don't recruit them.
They don't recruit.
That's on them though too. Because
it's on them. But Deion was trying to change their culture. Stop playing second. Stop playing second fiddle.
Exactly. Stop playing little bro.
Exactly.
And go get it. That's what I'm saying. We circling back around with this type of stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? Is the culture changed at HBCUs? Can he just dip? Did he not say too much to just dip mid-mission? Because the culture ain't really changed yet.
It's gonna take more than him though, and it's just like what y'all said about Martin Luther King. Do you really realize, man? If you search and really get into it, I don't want to start no conspiracy, but I believe some of us had something to do with him getting assassinated.
I believe so.
We kill our own people.
Exactly.
So now I don't want to see you stay down here and somebody end up robbing you or doing something worse to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift and a curse. It's just like right now. Like I said, I work with kids, but in Ohio, I live in Pleasant Grove, homie.
Yeah.
You feel me? I want to be able to go to work. I know BJ can kick it, do whatever he want to do, and I ain't scared of word.
Yeah.
So it boils down to us too. Like the 3 of us talking and politicking right now. That's the brothers. He got some brothers with him, but the city got to get behind you too. And I mean, man, the crime didn't even change. They still 100 miles an hour.
Oh no!
So,
I think he got robbed like twice.
Yeah, twice.
What was one of the first things he said? The crime rate in Boulder. That's what he talked about. That showed you a lot.
That show you a lot.
Man.
But all I'm saying to that too, I'm not saying it's wrong that he left because of that. Because I agree. I agree with
I
it.
lead too.
But exactly. But all I'm saying is you set yourself out as the savior. You knew you had to know there'd be backlash. You knew the crime rate in Jackson before you took the job. You knew, you know what I'm saying? You knew that you knew all this pre going in. And my question still remains. Did he not say too much to leave mid-mission? Because we could all agree that the culture at HBCUs is not changed yet. So can he leave mid-mission and just get a free pass like we've given him?
I think so, because it's not somewhere I'm holding you to a certain thing. Some of us supposed to be able to take the torch 9 run. Yeah. Because it's bigger than just football.
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking at. I feel what you're saying, but in certain aspects, man, I don't really give a fuck that you left. I can't hold you accountable to nothing like that. Now, if you stop really dealing with the culture and putting our kids in position to really be successful and changing them, because it's bigger than just the HBCUs. We watching you go to the pros and come home broke. Broke. You done been here all these years. Broke.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than just, this is so much bigger.
But when he whatever success he has at Colorado won't fall back on the culture. But that's my only problem with it. Whatever success he has at Colorado will not fall back on the culture. Now, if he does bad at Colorado,
It's gonna
that's
fall
gonna
back on
fall
the
back
culture.
on the culture. But whatever success he has at Colorado is gonna go to the other side. Whatever success he will be credited to the other side. Ooh, we knew it. Hey, it's about we. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we knew that. We knew he's a good one. We knew he was a good one, y'all. Didn't we pick a good one?
So what
That's
we
all
do?
I'm saying.
What we do to keep him?
No,
I bet.
now
I bet.
that,
I
no,
bet
no,
we. I
that
bet we
that
ain't
was
do nothing to keep him.
no,
Like
that was something that I want to argue on is, as soon as Colorado offered him that money, I don't know for a fact, but I'm almost pretty damn sure he went to the president of Jackson State and said, "Hey, look, Colorado offered me this. Can y'all match it?" And he probably looked at number. He looked at number and said, "Hey, appreciate your services."
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
we can't do it because in order, we all know, if you look, you can look. It's all on Google. There's so much shady shit going on at the top of the HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? As
That's
far as
what I was talking about.
money going missing. Hell, you look at Spelman. Spelman had people stealing money and stuff with financial aid. You knew what was going. You know what's going on.
And what we do?
If we give him that money, then somebody else ain't gonna be getting paid, and it ain't gonna be
Mhm.
me.
Exactly.
But that's part of. That's why I say it's deeper.
Yeah,
That's part of that
that
non,
stuff,
that
but that
stop
stuff.
snitching type thing to a certain degree. Just in my facility, not too long ago, I ain't gonna say where I work. It was a cat up in there. He was moving weight. Now they ain't gonna tell me. I'm the outside. But it was a bunch of us in there that knew. These kids.
Yeah.
That's just like moving weight at the school zone. I mean, we have to look at what we're doing too and be accountable for that shit. We'll hold somebody like Deion so high up as the accountability, but then the hood nigga, man, he a superstar.
No,
That's what
hey,
I be on.
Yeah, I be on that
we
same. I'm on that same tip because hood star ain't no superstar for me.
That's
hey,
why,
Yeah,
I
I'm on
can't
that
just fault him that hard because I know at the end of the day, he's still doing something to help our culture and to help these kids get ahead and put them in a better position. And we're gonna see a whole lot of different, brothers over there that probably when they never even got a shot in certain aspects.
Yeah,
So
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because he's only getting the athletes that would have a shot there. They were already going to go to. They're kind of taking a lesser going to Colorado.
now what I mean by that is this: it's that one hood cat who probably about to go to jail that he'll give a chance. Dion is a little different. We all know that. But you have to be a type of person where I can actually work with you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? It's gonna be some stuff that we're gonna see if he make it within 2 to 3 years. Yeah, they're gonna have this big story about somebody who was on their way to jail, and that's gonna be their theme to going to win the national title. Come on now, holla if you hear me.
no, I definitely
Mhm.
agree with that. Dion, he's gonna be a coach that's gonna be a benevolent. He's gonna give people an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I feel you 100% on what you're saying, but I don't.
But
It's
all I'm saying, all I'm saying is, and I think Nick's saying the same thing is, people do have the right to be upset.
yeah, everybody.
Yeah, but
I just don't give a.
yeah.
I
So
don't
some
look at
people don't
folks
care.
like
Some
that.
people, yeah, some people just don't care. But don't. But if you're a person that's riding with them, you can't look at the people who upset and say you ain't got no reason to be upset. No, I'm upset. I'm still gonna support them, but I'm just upset because now that cause is done. And people say, I've heard people say it. Oh, Dion left the blueprint for him. It don't work like that
it don't work like that.
because some people are just, especially a person like Dion that has Dion's personality. He can walk into a room of people, you know what I'm saying, and get shit done based on who he is. Now you look at Eddie Robinson Jr. down at Alabama State. He can't walk into ESPN and get game day to come there.
Why? He played pro?
But his
But he
name
ain't
ain't big.
Dion.
He ain't Dion.
He
I
ain't
don't.
Dion.
And think about this. I didn't even know who Eddie Robinson Jr. was
Me
until the
neither.
whole him and Dion incident. And if
And
you
I,
watch it, And if you watch that show we did on that, we called him out, bro. Deion is trying to start a culture, and you acting a damn fool.
Exactly.
That's another reason I leave. Because there's so much stuff behind the scene that I bet we ain't even seeing where, I'm tired of
It'll
this.
all come to
Oh
light.
yeah,
It'll
I can
come.
only imagine. I can only imagine the arguments behind the scene. I can only imagine the slander behind the scene that Deion was taking from people at Jackson State, let alone people at Grambling, people at Alabama State. I can only imagine what was going on. But my whole thing with that is that's what you signed up for.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
That's
But when
what you signed up for.
you signed up for it to change the culture and build us up, but not to receive so much black backlash from your own folks constantly, continuously. But I feel you because quiet as kept, people don't really understand. Black folks didn't love Martin Luther King till he died. I
Exactly.
That's
mean, if
true.
we're gonna be real about this shit,
Exactly. And that's my whole thing. That's all I'm saying is he built up he builds his platform on black pride. And then it's kind of like you're switching to the other side. To the people, especially to the people who really wasn't riding with you like that, you know what I'm saying? Until you really dug in on the black pride. So that's what I'm saying. It's a legitimate reason for people to be upset.
I guess so. But it's because I say to each his own. Man, because he could have been somewhere else. We talking about prime time
Yeah, I
Deion
think
Sanders.
Auburn said they were gonna go after him. Florida State wanted him at one point in time. Like that was
Anybody, and this
Tennessee.
before, yeah. And I think he could have done the same thing. We watch him do it with high school, not college. Look, well, little league, high school, and college. And if you peep what he said, a Florida boy living in Texas, coaching in Colorado, that spoke volume to me. Cause come on now, we all bleed this on him.
Already.
So who are you going to get? That's why I ain't tripping because I'm seeing other brothers from my own state finna get turned up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He's definitely gonna turn up
Yeah.
in Colorado.
He
There's
definitely
no
gonna
doubt
turn up,
about it.
but that's what I'm saying. But I think the easiness to turn up at Colorado is the whole point behind the
Colorado.
situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They've been
Like
trashed though. I
I
mean, he's
It don't
finna take a
matter.
big school, a Power Five school, and put them on. I mean, hell, what was his name? He just was a commentator, wasn't he at Arizona State?
Yeah, you're
Uh,
talking about what's his name?
Played pro too, and was a coach for the pros. Um,
Herm Edwards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get fired or is he still there?
Now
he got
he got
fired
fired
in
in
the end
Arizona.
zone. In the end
Oh,
zone.
okay.
He
Yeah.
got fired.
Okay.
Yeah, he got fired in the end zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they do us. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel it all. I feel both sides of this, man. I'm always a cat that's gonna come at it from the angles. You know what I'm saying? And I
I
sit
bet Prime won't. I bet he won't get fired.
they better win.
Yeah, I'm
They
with you,
better
and
win.
I believe
Even
they're
though
gonna win.
I do too. I do too. But if they do not, we will see how short
Oh
that
yeah.
leash is.
You don't win, you gonna get fired. We
Yeah.
all know, but it's part of life. I know I gotta be 10 steps ahead of everybody else. I know that. That's the way we were raised, y'all. Now
Yeah.
I gotta be 10 steps ahead of you. I walk up in the room and play dumber than I don't know what, and hey, I'm slicker than an oil can.
The whole time
That's
soaking up game.
man. So I think he kind of doing some of the same type. It's a method to the madness. I feel what y'all saying, but I think it's all finna play out here in a little bit, and everybody gonna be like, "Damn, okay, I ain't like how you did it, but okay, I respect it."
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree. I agree, and that's what I've been saying. I've been trying not to have conversations about it all since it happened till now because I wanted to put everything out there. I wanted to be fresh, but
Cause
that's why.
I'm gonna call you. I text straight.
So I was trying to let it all be fresh. But I've been having I had a few conversations. I'm just saying, like, I totally agree with the move. I understand what you're doing. You can
Yeah.
go get literally any player in the country that you want right now. Because before I was saying if Deion comes, no matter where Deion's coaching at, if he comes and sits in your living room, and especially if you play DB, any type of defense, you're definitely going with
He's
Deion.
going. Look at
Now
Travis Hunter.
having a Power 5 behind you, and if Deion even call you, you going. Hell, email, text message, you going.
I mean, it was even 24 hours, and the number one wide receiver out of IMG committed already.
And he a junior.
So what's the difference in him, Herm Edwards? Hell, you even got to throw in there Nick Saban or Pete Carroll. They all, come from that pro era of coaching or anything like that. What make it where we seeing other folks get fired in the end zone that played pro and coach pretty damn good in pros? What's the difference with Deion?
Yeah, they black. They ain't
Herm
going.
Edwards black too.
Yeah, and they fired his ass in the end zone.
Yeah.
He didn't get that Monday meeting. You know what I'm saying? That's what they talk about, that Monday meeting. When they call him in there, hey man, they give you 4 or 5 other options to go to other teams you can go coach at. They didn't already talk to the GM. We don't get that. We don't get that same respect. And Deion coaching at Colorado ain't gonna change that. That's all I'm saying.
I don't expect it. Everything I done had to go get out the mud just like y'all. So I don't expect to be given something that, I see somebody else get.
Yeah.
We was taught this. So, I guess I don't even look at it. I know I better stay at least 10 steps ahead of you and I always cover my ass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what they got to do too. We talking about Herm Edwards.
They let
If he's sitting in your living room, it's still like wow a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're talking about something that's bigger.
It's like wow, but you got to think about the generation of players he's recruiting don't know who he is.
But how do they know Deion? These kids shouldn't know Deion like that, really.
No, because
he was
Deion,
the trendsetter. It's a different type of person.
Exactly.
He was a trendsetter, and he was still active. Doing news. He had his own show on.
If you ball, you get the call.
Yeah, if you ball, you get the call. Like, he was still prevalent in pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in matter of fact, if you are a football player right now, matter of fact, if you're any athlete right now, and you playing the game and you got your jewelry on, it's because of Deion.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I remember, when I scored my first Little League touchdown, flag football. First thing I did, spike the ball. They called it back. We had to do a re-kick. They kicked it off again. I took the joker back to the house. Then I gave the referee the ball like Emmy.
But yeah, and then also his prime prep, or not prime prep, but when they left prime prep and went over to Trinity, they had the Snapchat show, and they was, what I'm saying. So the kids today definitely know Deion because he was coaching at Trinity, and they won 3 or 4 in a row.
Overtime, wasn't it?
State championship, yeah, overtime. They had a show on overtime. So all the kids know Deion.
That's just in Texas, because y'all know all these other prep schools recruit around the nation. They don't really do all that in Texas, like talking about.
No,
they play just in the private school league. They really ain't all that. These other schools, like Evangel down the street from us, they recruit. So it's like apples and oranges. Yeah, in Texas, we knew Deion a whole lot more than a lot of other people. Deion has an aura around him. So I understand what you mean by people being upset because of that aura, and they feeling like Barack Obama, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. But we have to understand ourselves that we Martin Luther King and Malcolm X too. You just got to walk at a different walk. You can walk that same walk. That's what makes us powerful. That's why I'm not mad at him. That's why I'm like, he gave you that's what the blueprint is. The blueprint is, here go a man standing married, then changed his life, went from must be the money to God is good. So, I mean, we all been there. So this is the blueprint of how to be a strong black man. We're not taking the blueprint. The only thing that we're kind of doing in our hoods a lot of times, we rather talk down, and that's where, the men part, that the aspect of making sure that these kids are doing the things that they need to do and be able to go wherever college they want to.
I don't think we're talking down We don't think we're talking down on Deion.
Not us, not what
Yeah.
we talking about.
Okay, yeah,
But
okay.
everybody else is. A lot of other folk, man. The things I done heard is like, so what was he supposed to do? Stay there forever? The object is to get out the hood, to bring people with you, to take them to a whole nother place, whole nother being, turn them into something else. Just like Black Wall Street.
That is until you say I'm coming to make the hood the suburbs in a sense, because that's what we're dealing with here. I'm coming to make what they got over there. You think that shit is something sweet? Wait till I bring that over here. That's
Man,
basically what
Jackson guys, Jackson Road's like the streets of Detroit, boy. They just as bumpy, like it's snow down there. But no, I mean it's gonna be some. I feel it because you're rejuvenating.
Yeah,
But we got to stay rejuvenated. Just because this person leave, you shouldn't fall off. The city
I
shouldn't
agree.
fall, but nobody else gonna stand up. Who gonna go?
No,
Deion gone.
yeah,
Nah.
that's what's gonna happen. That's it. Now I don't.
As
Now
much as
I
we
don't,
don't want it to, but it is.
I don't have to be Dion, because when Dion was in the SWAC, if you were coaching the SWAC, I gotta be Dion and more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta try to live up to him. Now that he gone, now I'm cool now. He ain't around no more. Now
But somebody else should do that because
now
Eddie
watch.
Robinson did it.
Did what?
You had to live up to Eddie Robinson for you, the real Eddie Robinson.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
the real.
the real Eddie Robinson.
Okay, he wasn't the only one.
But
Southern
even
had
then,
a coach just like that.
even
Southern
then,
had their own. We just don't know him like that because Eddie Robinson was, the creme de la creme. But the
even
other coaches came
Eddie
right up on.
Robinson didn't bring any shine to the HBCUs.
he just whipped everybody ass.
He's kicked everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
he beat
That
everybody.
was shine. I
No,
mean,
because
because
nobody got
only
drafted.
amongst ourselves. If you balling in the hood, you ain't really balling. If you
me.
if you can only ball in the hood, you ain't really balling.
But come on now, it was a lot of cats from Eddie Robinson that went to the pros, and from
I agree, but I'm saying
Jerry Rice.
There
to Missouri Valley.
Yeah,
I mean Mississippi Valley.
there wasn't no coverage. There wasn't no coverage coming with Eddie Robinson though. Like he was beating everybody's asses, and around the way. Yeah, you heard about that cat Eddie Robinson? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like that, but it wasn't like what we just saw.
That shit came on TV when I was a kid. 3, 6, and 12. Grambling be on one of them channels, bro. Back in the day.
Yeah, it was local though. It was local.
That's how you get big.
They right there in Louisiana.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
From around the way, somebody gonna say, "Hey, you know that Coach Eddie Robinson?" But it wasn't like what we just saw. Is what I'm saying. And
it's not one of the big schools. I feel that.
You
but
gotta
it's
be
just like
Deion-esque. You gotta be at least Deion-esque
Mhm.
to somewhat even bring that light to it. Like Eddie George has a chance to carry the torch. Marshall Faulk got a chance to carry the torch.
They gonna leave.
They ain't gonna be able to carry it like Deion.
They leaving.
Them boys
They are
without
leaving. I promise you, Eddie George gonna find his ass in Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Marshall Faulk will end up at Mizzou or Tennessee. He'll end up somewhere else. But now they have a reason to stay. Because
you ain't gonna get there. It just depends, because at the end of the day, if they ain't winning, they gonna get fired too. Come on now, it was just who was the coach of Grambling? Wasn't he from the NFL or something? They fired him quick.
Well, if you winning and no
you talking
one's
about Art
watching,
Browse. You talking about Art Browse.
Yeah.
Nah, it was coach before they brought was trying to do all that. It was the last coach. I can't remember his name, but I want to say he was a NFL coach. He got fired, got walked right out. He walked it out.
Oh, you talking about Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. Hugh Jackson.
He coached the Browns.
Hey, but check this out right here. Check this out. If you winning and ain't nobody watching, it don't matter. Eddie George got the best team in the world at Tennessee State, but he ain't playing against Deion in the bowl down there in Georgia. Then there ain't nobody watching it.
But you see more on TV nowadays, man. You got to really be showing out. I mean, but that's just like I don't get to see Sam Houston State on TV just like talking about unless it's local. Now, if they really busting heads, you gonna get some play. We gonna see some.
You don't see Sam Houston State because they play on Saturday in Texas when Texas, TCU, A&M, right? It's a bunch of Texas schools that's gonna get played before they get played.
They
You know what I'm
they'll
saying?
they'll they'll be getting played here in about 3 weeks when they in their playoffs.
That's just like Louisiana Tech, LSU, all of them other little
Uh,
Cajun schools that's pretty good.
ULM,
Troy,
They gonna get it over Grambling.
yeah,
yes.
The only
that's
way
what
you're gonna be able to do that is, man, you gotta be more. You gotta come in like Deion. You gotta be kind of flamboyant, kind of loud, kind of everybody who we've seen coach like that. Truthfully, they've dominated. Not just because it was Deion. You had to bring that aura with you.
they got to get on board. They would. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
what was going on behind the closed doors in the
JSU
sweat.
does not have a TV contract. They don't have a TV contract. They have a barstool contract, and that barstool contract is with Dion, not Jackson State.
Hmm.
And that's
Hey.
what a lot
So
of people.
now Barstool will be doing shit at Colorado now, not Jackson State. All the sponsors that came in with Dion leaves with Dion,
Mm-hmm.
except Under Armour, because I don't know how that's going to shake out because Colorado was Nike.
Deion had on a Nike hat already, so
Also, then you already know what's going down.
So therefore, that means you had a chance to get out of debt.
Who?
Jackson State. You had a chance to really fix up the things that he was telling you about, because
Yeah,
he was telling you how somebody's stealing this money and probably in these meetings. And this person you talking about mugging you, or they saying, "Oh, you ain't this, that, blah, 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 this, that, and the other." I mean, sooner or later you gonna get tired of certain things, and you gonna pray about it and see if you is this where I need to really stay. Have I done all I could do?
you're
I
right.
mean,
And I do believe he done all he could do at Jackson State.
mm-hmm,
I'm in 100% agreement with that. He had done all he could do at Jackson State.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what your word was. And that's my only issue in the whole situation. And I really don't even have an issue with Deion at this point. I just have an issue with Deion followers saying you shouldn't be mad at Deion. Because that don't make no sense. When if you really just down for the culture and you don't give a damn about football, you should be
Mm-hmm.
pissed at Deion right
I feel that to a certain degree. I can't, you know, because when they did play, I bet crime did slow down because everybody in the city at the game,
now.
at
Yeah.
the
you
game.
know, brought more jobs because you got more people working at the stadium. But at the same time, too, man, we got to be looking at them same ways because we know this man one day is gonna leave. All good things come to an end.
Yeah. For sure.
So eventually, I got to be looking for that replacement. And I wouldn't put it past either the athletic director or the president. I already knew what was going on.
Oh yeah, most
They
definitely.
already knew.
Most
You
definitely
know.
already knew. I just think because you gotta think about this too, like think about the sidelines with the recliner sitting. He got the recliners out there on the sideline. You got Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? You got DJ Khaled, Gilly the Kid. You know what I'm saying? You got all
Yeah.
these cats. Everybody at a paper route empire camp. You know what I'm saying? You got all these cats on the sidelines of the game and all this stuff like that. I don't know what the spillover point is. I don't have the answer. So I ain't trying to sit here and act like I got all the answers on how it was supposed to get fixed. But somehow that's got to spill over into the Grambling. That's got to spill
Mhm.
over into the Alabama State. That's got to spill over into the Prairie View. You know what
It
I'm
was a
saying?
chance for it to spill though, but I mean, you got to receive it. That's the biggest thing I saw from it. A lot of them didn't receive what Deion was doing. Oh, he too cocky. Fuck that nigga, man. I don't like this dude. We all know we from the culture.
Yeah.
Instead of figuring out ways and let me see. Because I can probably take this. I can do such and such and get a couple more recruits. I can do this and get this, because now it's wide open, truthfully. Everybody not gonna be able to go to Colorado. Everybody
Exactly.
can't go to
Right.
Texas. I can still make my school where it's still a dominant place, but I have to pay attention and be able to be at heed and okay, and take different things from different great coaches. That's what a great coach is. You've learned
Exactly.
from so many different people. It's just like, I hate to say it. Well, no, I don't. Surratt. I see him always dominating our area because he know how to turn it up. He know how to go from this to this to this. And where we are, we gonna stay kind of in that little area. We all know what I'm saying without, I don't want to down, talk nobody, but
Yeah.
it, I mean, you dealing with a true coach who he gonna take you all the way.
Exactly. And that they will do. Go all the way. Which I have
Hmm.
no doubt. I have no doubt that Colorado will be a top program next year. You
I
know what I'm
mean, me
saying?
too.
I know what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if they don't make it into the next year, we still got the 14. If they don't make it into the 14 next year, I know for sure that next year they're gonna be in the 12.
Yep.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no doubt in that. I have no doubt in Deion's ability to coach a lesser grade of players, let alone be able to handpick. Because if we really want, if we want to be real about it, as soon as he signed his name on that dotted line in Colorado, he became as powerful, as recruiting cruel as Nick Saban.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And that and people can say if they want to say that's his homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
For
And you,
real.
know, you can let them fake to y'all all day on YouTube and all that extra. You know what I'm saying? That's his homeboy. They do the Aflac commercial together. His nephew playing down there ain't getting much playing time. He tweeted out, "Hey, Unc, you got room for me?" We all know y'all talked about this at Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? We all know y'all talked about this at Thanksgiving, probably at Nick's crib. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a big whatever. You know what I'm saying? This thing has been in the works for a while.
I mean,
A money scheme.
if you just look at Colorado's schedule for next year, I
Mm,
mean,
mm, mm.
it's wide open.
I know.
It
Because
is.
ain't they still in the Big 12?
No, they
No,
in the Pac-12.
they Pac
In the
12,
Pac 12?
but I mean, just look here. The first game next year, TCU, that could be up in the air. Nebraska, they'll beat Nebraska. They'll beat Colorado State. Arizona State, they might
No,
beat
this the thing right here, bro. This the thing. They're gonna win a lot of ball games because it's what he's been saying. It's what he's been saying for 2-3 years now. I can't get them. I can't get them big boys over here in Jackson.
Yeah,
I can't get them hog mollies over here in Jackson. I
On
just
me.
can't. I can't get them. He can get some hog mollies from Colorado. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
he'll steamroll this.
He,
Your toughest game going to be USC, Oregon, maybe UCLA, that bottom half. And if you clean slate all that, the whole thing, oh yeah, you in there for.
because they'll beat you. Or Utah just won the conference, but they'll beat Washington State. Matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
think about it, TCU gonna come ranked in. They're gonna come ranked in the top 5 or 6 next year coming out off rip.
Yeah.
They're gonna be ranked. Nebraska won't be, Colorado State won't be, Arizona State won't be, Oregon State might be, USC
What
will
about
be,
USC
Oregon
gonna
will
be
be,
ranked? Oregon
Utah
gonna be.
will be.
Yeah. What about Washington State? They gonna fall back off?
they already fell off.
Hey,
Mm.
shout out!
What?
Hey, we got a hometown kid out there. Hopefully, he turn him up next year
Mm.
from Hooks. Well, I can't think of his name right now. We got a
Who
cat from
out there
Hooks
from
out there.
Hooks?
I can't. David Johnson, man. That's his name, David
Oh,
Johnson.
okay.
Deion went and got Kent State coach to run offense, and they had the fastest offense in the college football last year. That tempo with the transfers he's going to get and the altitude, I feel bad for the defense. It's going to be a lot of hands on knees. I agree. I don't. There is no doubt in my mind that Deion is going to turn Colorado up to a level that they way back when they had the Mexican quarterback with the fro, way back in the day when they was winning national championships and shit. There's no
Rashawn
doubt in my
Salam.
mind they're gonna get up there. And
Rashawn Salam. Cordell Stewart.
ain't no doubt in my mind they're gonna be back. I am just in agreement with the fact that you're allowed to be upset that he left. I'm in agreement that he made or that he didn't complete the mission that he stood 10 toes down on. I'm that's just where I'm at with it. But I think they're gonna turn up.
Because the Sharad Shalom.
Remember that?
They run the hell out that
You're
ball.
running that ball. And then they defense was a monster back then. So I mean, Colorado just gonna go back to the '90s Colorado when they was smoking Michigan and all the rest of them, you know. And then being in the Pac-12, you finna see. Well, isn't that finna go to like the Big Ten? All them gonna merge together.
They was
That's
talking about
gonna
it last
be
year.
They
that's
should,
gonna be some monstrous.
but
So
see,
yeah, I can see him going. It's too great of an opportunity for me to turn down.
I
I
think
mean,
you got you.
Ohio State, all of them.
Yep.
I can
You got
agree
you
that.
got you got the Power 5 conferences, and I said it first here. In the next 10, 15 years, that Power 5 is going to turn to probably like the Power 3.
Yeah.
They're going to merge. And I said this a long time ago. They should have succeeded from the NCAA and be their own entity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should. They had a chance to when COVID popped. They had a
Because that's
chance.
what's killing them.
They had a
Because
chance to when COVID popped.
them bowls generate so much money that they gonna constantly. Y'all remember back in the day when we was young, you had 2 champions. It's
Yep.
no way you ain't got them playing against
They
each
never
other.
played. They
They
didn't
never
play each
played.
other. That's
And
when
right now
USC.
we're looking at 4, and we should at least have a 10-team playoff at least.
Yep.
Because somebody out there 10, the dark horse that then already, done got on it,
They
to
peaking.
one of them
They
years we
peaking.
have seen somebody who was maybe been 9-3, a champion.
Exactly. I think right now, if Alabama slides in, that's your national champion.
They win
Yeah,
it. They
yeah,
gonna win it.
yeah, because
So
they had a lot of people hurt.
that's what I'm saying. If Alabama slide in there, that's your national champion. So
I'm glad TCU in there because I want to see a shakeup. I think they can beat Michigan.
I think they're gonna get dog walked.
They gonna
To be
get dog
honest.
You
walked
think
by
so?
Michigan.
After
Yep.
all, after I didn't think so. I thought they might be able to go in there and get one. You know what I'm saying? But after seeing Michigan play Ohio State, I don't know, man. I think it's 14 plus.
I don't. I
14
mean,
plus
because
on
I watched
TCU.
that quarterback from Michigan just throw it up. You didn't throw at nobody. You was just throwing the ball in the air.
Oh,
Ohio State ain't got no
that
DB.
AJ or AJ, he was just throwing that thing,
AJ
and that tight
Stroud.
end just happened to be open every time.
Yep.
No, that's Ohio State's quarterback.
No, it's not.
Ohio State don't
AJ
have no
Stroud
corner.
is.
No, AJ, it's AJ. AJ something at Michigan. But I mean, just look at the top 10 right now. The top 10, man, it's up for grabs. You got a 10-team playoff. It's up for
Yeah,
I
grabs.
mean, that's
even at
what I'm
12,
talking
you
about.
can even go down and make
That's
it
what I'm
12.
talking about.
Make it 12 up there. Or just take it to 12. We know who 1 and 2 is.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas State gonna beat somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Kansas State gonna knock something. Hey, USC for sure gonna knock something.
I know who
Hey,
out. Penn State is out.
Utah who just knocked USC, who was number 5.
Yeah.
They gonna knock something. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be competitive. A lot of people don't think it'll be competitive, and I think some years
think
we're
it
gonna
will.
have like what would Georgia do to Washington? They probably gonna walk.
Dog
walk them
walking.
down.
Good drug
You know
'em.
what I'm saying? Like your number 1 versus that number 12 probably gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
blowout most times. But other than that, I think we can get some. I think we'll get some good shit out of it.
Because you already know that's how they gonna put it. Number 1 against number 12, number 2 against number 11. So
Mhm.
forth and so on.
Exactly, and I think that's the only game you're gonna have a blowout in. The rest of them, well, you might get some blowouts the opposite way when you start getting to 6 versus 8. You know what I'm saying? You might get some 8 might tear 6 ass up.
Or
Bama
7
walked
versus 8, the rematch.
Yeah,
And I think USC might get them the second time around.
and you get a rematch. You get a rematch at 5 and 6.
5 exactly. Now that's where you'll revenue so much more money, but at the same time, they knew they was gonna have to pay these cats. These kids was gonna eventually get something.
But the NCAA sidestepped it.
They sidestepped it. That NIL deal was just we need to put a firewall up until we get this shit figured out.
Mm-hmm. But
But
some
the
of
thing
them
about it is there ain't
getting
no
major
figuring this
bread.
shit out. That's
Some
the
of
only
them
thing
getting
about it.
major bread. Oh boy, who Texas quarterback right now? When he was up here, he was $1 million.
He's still getting it at Texas.
Yeah, but you didn't even play, and you was $1 million brother.
Yeah. Hey, they think it's a way they gonna be able to come back and slow it down or whatever. Nah, this shit wide open, man.
It's wide open. But
And run.
it should have been done a long time ago. Back when I was in school at 2012,
Mm-hmm.
there was a cat over at University of Washington. He tried to start a players union, and he was like, "Are we gonna do? And we not gonna play. We not gonna play if one weekend. If every player in Division 1 said we not playing this weekend, all that money gonna be lost."
There's too many little Johnnies for that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying if you could get every player to say I'm down with the mission.
Yeah, you know, yeah,
One
y'all know who I'm
game.
talking
All
about.
it
Y'all know
take-
who
it
I'm
would
talking
take-
about when I say little Johnny.
It would take one. It take one game, and all that revenue lost that weekend, they go, we can't have this happen again. We got to figure something out.
Lil Johnny been on scout team.
I mean,
Hey, Lil Johnny been on
You talking
scout
about a
team.
kickoff return, he punting.
I'm telling you, he
His
been waiting to
starting
start.
tailback.
Hey, he been waiting to start. Boy, you crazy as hell. You think I'm finna sit out? Oh, you ain't playing? Shit, bet. I'm going to tell coach right now you ain't playing.
That boy got 1,000 yards rushing on 500 carries.
He finna play the whole game. Proud. He gonna be looking right at the camera every time he do something. Just let you know while you at home watching. Yeah, none of your shit getting done. That's what I'm saying. So that shit would never happen.
No, if it did happen, it'd be great. But I said you got too many guys that's I got to get my shine.
The big guys have to. The big dogs.
Yeah,
Like
the big dog.
when people were kneeling, if all the big dogs constantly bind it together, change would have came. We wouldn't even be still talking about what we talking about.
Yep.
People they don't expect or accept what's going on. It's just like again, critical race theory teaching in school. I mean, it's so many different things that, well, we can't make a person look bad or we can't this, that, and the other that play into all of this.
Yeah.
But I can look bad. I can be criticized. Man, Michael Vick. I mean, we still the dogs, all the dogs. Big Ben never got in trouble for rape.
Exactly. And we seeing it right now with the Deshaun Watson situation also.
Mm-hmm.
He finna play his first game. They got the accusers. The Houston Texans are paying for the accusers to attend the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
His first game back.
Mm-hmm. I seen.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's the machine. That's why the Deion situation is so prevalent. That's why so many people was waiting for us to come on and talk about this tonight. Is because the machine that he claimed to be fighting against, you know what I'm saying, is so large and so dirty and it's been going on for so long. That's why people grabbed onto it so hard. You know what I'm saying? Then he came out with the slogan, I believe. It's all on the t-shirts. It's all on the hoodies. My mama called me the other night and said, I'm so glad I didn't order that I believe hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Because what now? You know what I'm saying? And
it still mean the same thing though.
It does still mean the same thing, but we all know the real. It still means the same thing, but we all know the real. We all know that the cloud is moving back on top of HBCU. It's close. Hey, he got one more game because they got to play Celebration Bowl. But as far as that, it's the further that plane get away from Jackson and headed towards Boulder, as that plane leaving, it's got a string attached to that black cloud, and it's just pulling it right back over HBCU. And we all know it's true. We all know that's true.
Yeah, but it's bullshit, fam. And
I'm with you. But we know it's true.
I'm with you. We have to figure out a way to keep that black cloud from, because man, y'all know what I do. Shit, man, I watch a pipeline of kids daily getting ready to go to prison. Hey, I'm getting ready to be 7760154. Yeah. I mean, that's bullshit, bro. So it's bigger than Deion. I feel it, I understand, but man, the mission's so much bigger than Deion. That's why I feel like I feel.
It is, but the thing is,
daily.
Deion was that light. That light's down in Boulder. The light going, and there's no, because most of the coaches that was there when Deion got there, they weren't doing shit before he got there. So now that he gone, they not gonna do shit now. It's a country club. Everything is people don't like change. They don't like change, and Deion was shaking shit up. He was making people do shit that they don't want to do. Because if I'm a recruiter at Alabama A&M, I don't want to be in Texarkana for a week. I don't want to be in New Boston, Texas. I don't want to be in Maud, Texas. I don't want to go to these places. But now Deion's making me because he's going there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now that he's gone, cool. Now I can just sit back and recruit off Twitter and YouTube.
And that shows you chose the lazy route. You didn't really, man. I'm gonna show you something.
But I would also go to say this right here. Deion didn't really have to hit the recruiting pavement like that either, because we live in the Mecca. We live in the Mecca of high school football right here. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? And how many Jackson State offers have you seen come out of here in the last 3 years?
None.
And so how hard was Jackson State really, you know what I'm saying, turning over stones out? They didn't have to really, but how hard was they really going to get us? You know what I'm saying, to come play? Because I seen a lot of people, I seen a lot of people on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, mainly that didn't even play sports, saying, you know, how can y'all be mad? You didn't even go to an HBCU. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even play at the HBCU. How can you be mad at that? How can you be mad at the situation? And that's what I'm saying is Deion's entire argument of these HBCU coaches before me, they weren't coming out there to get y'all. I'm coming to get y'all. And we're going to come over here and we're going to rock it out like this. You know what I'm saying? But was he really coming to get us, or was he just taking, you know what I'm saying, the top guys that was knocking on the door? Let me go ahead and get you. Come on. Transfer in here. Transfer in here. Transfer in here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like it's a lot of stuff up in the air with this whole situation, you know what I'm saying, anyway, moving forward.
I mean, even with the Travis Hunter recruiting class, he was the only one they talked about. I don't know any of the other kids in that recruiting class.
Yeah, me neither.
It was just him. So it was like,
but we know it was some other ones. But it still boils down to the coaches doing this stuff early. I was at work. BJ called me. Daddy, I just got off the phone with Larry Johnson. Like, who is Larry Johnson? He is one of the top defensive line coaches, the associate coach for Ohio State. His son was Larry Johnson, the running back. Oh, he was talking to me about football and this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. That boy just a sophomore.
Yeah.
You got to get in early. Like,
I mean, you already planting seeds in these kids, so they got to do the same thing.
Yes.
You find a kid that the grades ain't just the best, you got to go get him. You got to be, it's a lot of them we see don't even get to make it. That'll be at a Jackson State, that'll be at a Grambling.
Like,
we ain't going to get them.
Just looking back at my class, you know, and I'm talking about just the whole 08 graduate class in Texarkana. There's a whole lot of cats that didn't go nowhere. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
But no one knew HBCUs was an option. I'm just gonna tell you what I would do if I was coaching at an HBCU. I'd be going to talk to kids in the sixth, seventh grade. I'm in their face. I'm getting there early, so you know, because I can't bank on you seeing me on TV because you're not gonna see me on TV. But I need to get you to a game. Hey, coach, so and so. I know you got 3 guys that are pretty good down in 8th grade. How about you bring them up to a Prairie View A&M game?
Exactly. It's gonna change their life.
It's gonna change it, and they go, but I want to come here.
Hey, and we can see that now because even with the whole Deion situation, everybody ready. Everybody got their bags packed and ready to go. And Shiloh, the one who done been to the Power 5, it's like, hey man, where we going? We home now. This is where we supposed to be. I done been over there to the other side. I'm telling y'all, the grass ain't that green over there. This where we supposed to be at. I don't really want to leave. Obviously, he gonna leave with his pop. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do the family thing because what the media gonna do to him, which is another situation with Deion leaving the HBCUs. You added that layer of protection. Anything that happens on that campus that has something to do with football and anything, they coming at you with a full head of steam. You know what this media machine does to the coaches.
But they looking for it down there too.
You in Boulder.
Yeah.
So let me ask you,
down there in Jackson.
You know how it go down in Jackson. And
they were looking for it down there too.
But check this out, right?
The media was trying to find little stuff. I mean, they were trying to find some players,
there's a layer of
if they was football, woo.
But it's a layer of protection around you though. When you doing that, we all know it's a drug dealer down the street. We ain't gonna tell on him. You know what I'm saying? You know what it's like in Jackson, and you know what it's like on a football team and in the locker room, and just a football team in general at any university. It's trouble going on. You tell me with no trouble in Jackson? 3 years, how many reports of trouble from the football team you heard about in Jackson?
0.
Okay, then but you know it happened. Because it happens everywhere. But there's a certain layer of protection. There's a certain layer of protection over you under that. You
Yeah,
don't
and
have
I
that no
believe it
more.
happened everywhere, but
But you don't have that no more at Boulder. And you know, and we know where we at.
I guess so.
We
You're
know
gonna
where
have
we
them
at.
looking harder, but I think they were looking harder in Jackson.
But
It wasn't just amusing because he,
you had people
he
looking at
stirred up
Jackson,
a
but you
lot.
had more
He
people doing
shook the
this.
pot.
You had people looking at Jackson, but you had more people doing this, sweeping. Yeah,
Mhm.
hey, football players come through and mess something up. Hey, they clean up crew.
And
Clean up crew.
and they gonna call Deion, hey, handle it.
Hey, it's a whole nother monster. It's a whole nother monster in Boulder, Colorado. I don't know
So
who them
you
being.
don't think they finna do that in Boulder? Because okay, it's
No.
just like this. I do. Because I'm gonna show you something. This is the craziest thing. Columbus is so hood. I'm so serious. And you wouldn't think Columbus, the home of the Ohio State Buckeye, is so hood. What you hear about these cats?
We didn't heard about
Nothing.
Ohio State plenty of times. The coach and
No,
all.
I'm not.
Yeah.
That was when what's the name was there. Okay, that's one time with Weirdo.
With Tressel and
Yeah,
Pryor.
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. If something like that happens, it's going they're going to come at Deion on a level that we've never seen them come at a coach before.
I said that earlier.
They've been waiting to get him since he was in the league.
But I said that earlier, and he know this. When you're in these positions and you put up like on a pedestal, they gonna love you, then they gonna hate you, then they gonna love you, then they gonna hate you, and you got to be prepared for that. And I kind of feel like he is because you know it's gonna come to pass. You shall come to pass.
Yeah.
Something gonna happen. It's all on how you come back from it and how you act with it. And we know how Deion is. He gonna get the spit. And I mean, that's what I think gonna happen. Yeah, they gonna come at it. They were searching for stuff down there. You had a black college. You know they were searching.
Yeah, they were searching, but you got more people, like Nick said, doing the sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we gotta make sure this don't get out.
Okay, so now we had a power 5.
You got a Power 5 and Boulder. Now, thing is, in
They're
Jackson,
gonna be with the big broom, bro. They're gonna be sweeping because they
no,
want to come back.
Because just how there's people with the big broom trying to cover it up, you got other half people with a big broom that's gonna get it out there.
Hey, look, we all know at the end of the day, Deion can get up there on that podium and talk about how the athletic director loves to hire African American coaches and loves to do all this. But when AD go sit down with the president and this situation just went down, hey, you the fall man, baby.
You got to be.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like.
Man, I think he know that.
It's all fun and games. We love it. It can be real big, but at the same time, it can be something.
It can be real bad.
Exactly. It's kind of like what it all leads back to what Deion was saying in the beginning. It's just like when all the players was at HBCUs from the jump, and then somebody if they weren't allowed to go play nowhere else, you had to go play at the HBCUs. But as soon as they was allowed to, they started going over there. Okay, we're gonna going over there. And look how they do us now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like that same situation. You was home. You was home. You was at the HBCUs. You was in there. You was doing it. Yeah, it was going. Hey, shit started going awry. You got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Threats to your family. It just started going awry. But you was home. You know what I'm saying? You
How's that home?
But now you're going. Now you going. Because you claimed it to be.
That's not home.
You claimed it to be.
That's not home.
He manifested this. He manifested this. You know what I'm saying? He manifested this. He claimed it to be home. HBCUs is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm bringing it back to the glory. He manifested that. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of part of coach talk too, and I see them gonna say that anywhere they go, this home, I'm gonna make this such and such, blah blah blah. You know, ain't nothing but you got to rah the cheerleaders. Come on, y'all. Everybody on this call to coach somebody.
I feel you on the rah the cheerleaders. I feel that, but he wasn't saying Jackson State is home. He wasn't saying Jackson State is home.
Jackson, Mississippi.
He was saying he was saying HBCU.
HBCU. Yeah. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Then was told he ain't swag.
And he ain't swag, but you kind of proving your boy right. If you swag, where you going?
He ain't nobody. I mean, he ain't even a factor, truthfully. Because I can, if everything goes like I planned it, and if I'm really going with God, like I said, and that's really what it is, we finna see some magic work. That's how I look at it. Because I can't say God didn't tell him not to do it again. Because we saw all the stuff he was going through. Maybe God did say, "Hey, let's pack up and make moves, brother." I don't know. That's how
That just, I mean, just being from the faith, from the Christian faith and all that, that doesn't seem very godlike. From everything you done heard growing up in the church and everything you done read in the Bible, that don't seem like nothing God would tell you. Oh, it's getting
I
hard.
can't say that
Deion, let's
because
pack it up and move. No,
I,
that has never been a thing. He ain't
I
even
can't
tell his
say
own
that.
son. He ain't even tell his own son to pack it up and move.
Or
When he
Job.
was when he was finna get whacked. He ain't tell his own son. God didn't know his son was finna get killed.
No,
He
he
didn't
knew.
even tell his son prayed out. Hey, at the end, he prayed out. What do I do? Tell me something.
So he didn't know he was gonna get killed. Come on now.
No, I'm
No,
saying he
no.
did
He,
know.
no.
He did
Okay
know.
then.
That will shall be done.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's
Okay
what I'm
though.
saying. So you tell me he ain't tell his own
So
son, let's
the
pack it
wheel
up
might
and
have
dip.
not been
And he
done
gonna
for him to
tell
stay right
Deion, let's
there.
pack it up and dip. I can't
The
ride
wheel
with
might have
the.
not been for him to stay right there. That'd have been like, man, bro, that's been just like staying in Texarkana, doing what I do there and be, school drug for the rest of my life. No, I'll never do that. If I gotta move to Timbuktu and somebody gonna treat me like I'm supposed to be treated and put me on a equal playing field where I can really be serving somebody for real, I'm gonna make that move.
But if you came back and if you came back and said, hey, I'm gonna get into the system of the youth in Texarkana, and God had told me it's my mission to change the crime for the youth in the city. That's my
Mm-hmm.
mission. And you dig in 3 years worth of 10 toes
10
down
toes down.
digging in it, and then you get another offer and you slide.
Come on, y'all. This ain't the first offer he done got. Come on, y'all. We talking
No,
about
it's not.
prime
But
I'm
time.
not.
but all the offers came before the bullshit.
Nah, I don't even believe that. Those the ones we know about. We
But
talking about
I most,
Deion Sanders, man.
a lot of
You
a
know
lot of
this boy was getting offers under the to say, man, if
I think he was
next
getting.
year we could
I think he
such
was
and
getting a
such.
lot of. I think he was getting a lot of a ton of lower level colleges. I think he was. I think he was getting a ton of UNT,
Yeah.
SMU. I think he was getting a ton of lower level colleges. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, but Auburn didn't offer him the job. Florida State didn't offer him the job. He was
It was
just in consideration.
yeah,
He
interesting.
was in consideration, but I don't think he wanted it.
No, because he was on a mission.
I,
I
I
gotta change
at the
shit
time,
here.
this is one or two ways. I feel like at the time the mission was still, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't as bad as it got. Cause you get robbed one time, okay, we can deal with that. You get robbed 2 times, man, what the hell? You get
And
robbed
you
three
got
times,
and
now
you
I
got
gotta
to
get that loan.
constantly walk around with security and all this old weird shit. Not saying he ain't gonna do it over there, but bro, after a while, I mean,
But you knew that coming into it.
no, I don't think you did. Not like
I don't know
the
if he knew it
level
was
of
as
what it
bad as it got.
became.
I don't know if
Yeah,
he knew it was as bad as it got when he
yeah.
came into it. And he
I,
probably
I
knew it was
don't think he
bad.
thought that.
I
I don't
just
think he thought it was gonna be that bad. Not like it got. He thought, this too shall pass. It's gonna kind of lighten up a little bit. That shit didn't lighten up none, and you winning.
exactly.
And
But
then that water shortage and how all that stuff went down, and you bathing in a damn swimming pool. You can't tell me that didn't play a part in it too.
Yeah, that definitely played a part in it. That definitely
Then
played a part in it.
the blood clots and all of that stuff. I'm wounded, and if something happened, I can't protect my family. Come on, y'all. Everybody on here got a family too. I
no,
mean,
no, that all makes sense. Because
that's why I can't. I
that's
ain't,
it.
I ain't saying I ain't against anybody who feels some type of way. But if you felt some type of way, was you trying to protect and was you doing anything to help make this mission as in what it's going?
I feel
I,
like I did my part in
I
making
know.
the mission
I ain't
going
that
just
again. I
based
ain't talking
off.
about nobody on this
No, no,
call
no.
because I know
I'm
y'all.
just putting it out there. I'm just putting it
But
out there.
you know how some people are, fam. They not like
Yeah,
that. They. But shoot, you jumping from side to side. You might well lean back, because you ain't doing nothing to help. You just
exactly.
talking. You just talking down. You know, there's a lot of that go on. And after a while, a person get tired of that, and you'd rather, and I hate to say it, you'd rather go over here and deal with this white man than deal with this, because you're not finna help me. You ain't even finna protect me. I shouldn't have to
Exactly.
just go to Farrakhan to get some protection. The fuck? Something wrong with that.
Yep.
It should be where
Exactly.
some folks within the same community, shit, I'm riding. I
Right.
don't care if you're a dope boy, you be a gangbanger. Shit, he on something real. This could help my children. There's no reason he should ever have to leave nobody. I don't care who it is. If you're doing what is right and really trying to help these kids and really trying to make a difference within the community, no, you should never have to leave.
Oh no,
Your
Exactly.
own people supposed to back,
the city of Jackson definitely should have banded around him and said, "Hey, look, he bringing something to this city that ain't never been brought here before."
especially economy. They
Yep,
man,
economy wise.
they
Oh,
so
definitely.
low. It's
Exactly. I
going in
got
a
the economy
Walmart is like
stats right here. I got the economy stats right here. That he
going in a Walmart is like going in a Walmart. Let's say that's built in one back in like the 80s, or when y'all were little bitty kids. Build a Walmart down there with all
hey
them old folk.
30 million economic impact over 3 years was 30 million to the city of Jackson, Mississippi.
I can promise you, when ESPN Game Day came to Jackson, I bet that it boosted the economy in that city that one day than it has in probably the last 25 years.
25 to 30 at least.
Easy. So that's
30
what I'm
million.
saying. The city should have been like when he got robbed. The police might not figure it out, but the streets be talking. Y'all know who robbed Prom. If you stole his shit, get it. You got till Monday to get it back to him. Or we coming to
Again, that's
school.
why I'm
We
not
coming are we
upset
coming to get your ass?
on me, because that's legitimacy. Those are things you're supposed to stand behind.
I think that's at a Walmart in Wombe.
I mean, for real, like back in the day when we walk around no shoes on, nappy headed, two little shorts and stuff. I mean, and this is what 2020, and I'm like, dang, Walmart booming.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
So
city
though.
wasn't. City wasn't. It was bad. You head on the swivel. And this
Exactly.
what ain't that the capital, or one of the biggest cities? But
Yep.
it's all us. That's what I saw. It's still separated. It's still segregated. You got the train tracks, all the blacks over here and the whites over here. That's Jackson. So yeah,
Exactly. So he walked into the war zone. I just feel like I'm still sticking by. I just feel like you gone too soon. Uh
he won the war. He
Based off
won
what
the
you said.
he won the war. He might have didn't win the battle, or however you want to say it.
Yeah, he won the battle, but the war was just. I don't know if the war is fixable. This ain't my first time saying this. I don't know if it's fixable. It's kind of like women's basketball. I don't know if that shit's fixable. I don't know if it is. But if you're gonna set yourself in the forefront of the movement, let's keep moving.
Keep moving.
We got to move with them though.
It
No,
definitely got to move with
we
them.
move with them, but
All the
but we
ones
still.
we saw back in the day had somebody moving with him. I mean, he didn't have no support. I mean, man, nah, that's not smooth. We can't even put him even in the categories of the Barack or the Malcolm or the Martin Luther King. They had some followers. You had some haters, but they had some backing where I can go up in here. Hey, I got this spot to hide, or this person gonna whoop de woo, blah blah blah. Some kind of something gonna be done.
Would you do what he did, Nick, if you was the coach? I don't know if I would do what he did or not. I'm not.
I would, Kennard. I'm on my way.
I wasn't led. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was led to. If I went and took a tour around Jackson State, I don't think that I would. I don't think that I would have been the coach there if I had Florida State option or whatever option. But I also wasn't led by the Spirit. He said this, not me. I also wasn't led by the Spirit to be there.
But he said he was led by the Spirit to lead too, fam. So
I know.
I
I know
mean,
that. I know that's what
if
he's
the
saying. But
Spirit
how many
leading
times?
me, the Spirit leading me.
How
Spirit
many?
leading me. I might be a little scared. These niggas done done all this weird shit that I ain't used to. I really don't have that protection like when I'm in Dallas or anywhere else. Man,
But
this looked like when I was a kid. So yeah, I don't know if you ain't got that backing. It's discouraging sometimes when you really pushing. Come on, Nick. Come on, Trey. We
Yeah, we
really
know.
push to try to do things in our own city. How much backing we got? And we
none.
know everybody.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, I tried it with the semi-pro thing.
I know.
I tried it, and I got a little backing, but I can tell you who it wasn't from.
I'm done.
But but I got a little backing, or me and CJ got a little backing. Me, CJ, and Ozzy and Lynn, we got a little backing.
That's what I'm saying. All I can
But-
say is on that question though, is I don't know if I would, but I do know this. If you ever hear me come out and get in the forefront of something, just know I'm riding all the way till the wheels fall off. And you can hold me to that. If I get out in the forefront of something, you're gonna see me ride it all the way till the wheels fall off. I'm a
No,
crash.
you gonna ride. You ride until God see otherwise. Because
I mean, yeah, I'm just
can't
not,
nobody
I'm not,
say what you know.
I'm not
that,
I,
on
if,
that.
if
You
I have
know.
a mission, if I have a mission to accomplish, if I feel like I have a mission to accomplish, I'm gonna bring something back to His glory. Let's just say it's a team around whatever team around here ain't been good in a long time. Let's just say that I ain't gonna put no name on it. And I decided to go into coaching, and I say I'm gonna bring this team back to where it is. Or bring winning state titles. Let's say that. Let's put that on a smaller scale than what Deion was doing. Winning state titles. We win 2-3 district championships, and I get an offer to move up in the rankings. If I slide, I'm coming back on everything I just said here tonight. I'm going back on everything I said I stand for, because I'm coming here to bring back state titles to this. I didn't say I was coming here to just make us better. And that's just on a smaller scale than what Deion did. Deion said he was coming back to bring the HBCUs back to glory. He used strong, like that's what I'm saying, like the power of the tongue when we're talking about all the things that Deion was saying.
What words
You know what I'm
mean
saying?
stuff. Words mean
Hey,
like he was using words that he knew would grab every grandmama and auntie on the planet. I'm gonna bring HBCUs back to glory. You know what I'm saying? I'm the savior. I feel like I can save my culture.
he saved them and baptized them. Let me know.
He saved Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
DJ Jackson State. He said, now if he came in and said, "Hey, I'm bringing Jackson State back to glory," he did it. You did it, man. But now
Everybody who played against them out of HBCU this year probably revenued or made more the last 2 or 3 years than they've ever made during that game they played then.
yeah, but then if he leaves and then you look back and it goes back to what it was,
what you gonna do to help make this money though? That's what should have been done.
I just don't think anyone has the right to say what he should or shouldn't do. We have the right to say we have the right to say anything because he's a celebrity. He everything he does is public. His paycheck public. You know what I'm saying? His wife, his relationship status public. What his kids doing public. We can say whatever we want. We can say what we want to say about him. I'm not whether he should or shouldn't take a job somewhere is none of my concern. Should he lie to the black community and then just slide on them? I don't think so. Why can't I say
little
that?
bro, I feel you, Kanoa.
Why can't I say that?
I can't say he slid on the black community though, man. Just to the
he slid on his
to
word.
the whole
He
aspect.
slid on his word. There's no denying
he slid on his word.
Because man,
so what?
I'm a type that believe we need a follower, but at the same time, Deion ain't the person we need to be following just like that. It's somebody in our communities that we need to be following, but we don't even that nigga ain't shit. We'll follow a celebrity or somebody faster than somebody who really there, who's really your black activist within the community.
But a lot of these black activists out here ain't really no black activists. They yelling pro-black wearing Nike. That don't add up.
It don't.
You know what I'm saying? So most black activists in your community really ain't activists. They just trying to get a little YouTube following. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody really come out speaking that real, we gonna shut them down. The person that everybody's saying don't listen to, and hey, he talking that crazy shit, that's probably the one you need to be listening to.
Then why was he robbed if that's like our black savior?
Why was Jesus robbed and lied to? Savior's gonna go through that. That's what I'm saying. Don't put Savior on your
Do,
title
do,
if you're
do,
not willing to go through it all.
do that mean that you're supposed to constantly, because
I'm
like
not
I
saying
said, it's just like the object of coming out of the hood. Yeah, we're gonna go through things. Shoot, we all leaders. We're gonna go through things. But should it be like that for real? A white leader ain't finna go through that. Look, okay, I'm gonna use one and I'm gonna hit you hard with this one. Bow. What Trump going through right now? What Trump going through right now? Trump still got a whole bunch of followers, huh?
yeah.
On
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, he got a bunch of followers.
But
Okay.
the people he need to follow him ain't following him anymore.
I don't know that.
I'm in the state right now that's red, and they tell you right now they not voting for Trump. I'm in a state that's gonna be red forever. And
Ohio is like that, think about it. Ohio is one of them ones that we all heard about when we was in school when it comes
yeah,
to election
it's a
time.
battleground
They
state.
still red. They red like I am. I mean, so man, yeah, I can't just say that.
It's like this. It's like this. The wrong people are following him. Cause see what Trump did was Trump came in and he targeted a group of people that really ain't he knew who he had to talk to because he knew these other side. I got them already. So
So who
so
did
I'm
Barack target?
Barack.
Who all was Barack targeting? That's why it's all like the little hustle on the cool.
Barack had to target the LGBTQ
On me.
immigrants and white women. He didn't have
So
because he already had the black vote.
so what I'm saying is what's the difference when you look at the whole aspect of it? Ain't none. Ain't no difference. Now, what I'm saying is I ain't saying the people he targeting and what they believe in. I don't believe in none of that shit. You ain't supposed to hate nobody. But he on a hustle. That's what that shit is.
He on hustle. But
Cause we
Donald
we
Trump's
not
whole
we
campaign
not
was the
built
hustle.
like that. I don't hate nobody. I don't nobody get my words miscrewed or thinking, I'm on some Kanye West type shit. Now I don't believe in none of that. But at the same time, I've started as life go on, you get older, you starting to see, oh, okay, that's the play they on. Not saying I do that shit because at the end of the day, I gotta go up to a God and say, hey, woo woo woo, blah blah blah, and be accountable for everything I do down here. But that's the hustle they was on. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, man, it's just difficult just to, I can't ride with it and put everything just behind Deion because we supposed to be behind him too.
No, he
Kennard,
said it.
Kennard
you
says, I'm just saying, let's not make this a save us kind of situation to the point that he can't do anything but be there saving us. I tried to put the warning on the platter. I know Deion is not a read talking listener. I know he ain't tuning into my podcast. But I was just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I'll just put it out there in the universe just in case a little birdie wanted to come by and let him pick it up. You saying too much. You making it where you gonna be stuck here. I said it. And that's why we're here where we're at. That's why you got so many people like, man, F Deion, man, I can't believe he would leave. I can't believe he would leave us like this because you made the bed. You made it good. You put all the pillows on there.
Kennard. Hey, Kennard, we don't want to be okay. He came out and said what he was going to do. So basically, what you're saying is it is okay to come out and say, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and then not do it. We can't that happens too many times in our community where people come to us and say, "I'm going to do this for you guys," and then once they get what they need, they dip. Prime example. That's the main reason why the black community still vote Democrat because they say they're gonna do a whole bunch of shit for us
and don't do nothing.
We go out and vote for them, and then what happens? Everybody else gets stuff done, and we get left in the dust. And then we don't hear from them for 4 years.
He said we don't hear from him.
we don't hear from nobody for 4 years, and then the election come around, and then you got all the Democrats at the churches talking to the preachers, getting everybody to vote. Oh,
rattling the truth.
Vote or die, da da da. Your ancestors got their asses beat in Selma to go vote. So you go down and you vote Democrat, and then they win. And what happens? They don't do another 4 years of not shit.
Exactly.
But the reason they do that is because we have tolerated it.
Yep.
We have tolerated people coming into the community saying, "I'm going to do this for you guys." Then they dip out. Well, we should be glad they won. We should be glad they did anything. Well, they didn't do nothing
Yep.
for us.
Yep.
Pacifier.
No,
Master came and helped.
no, I'm not saying it's not messed up. What I'm saying is people come in and tell us stuff. We listen to it. We do what they say they're going. We do what they ask us to do, and then when we do it, we get nothing in return. They never do what they said they was going to do.
Exactly. And you saying and basically what you're saying right there is because the community is so messed up, you can come in and do what you want to do and dip out. And nobody should be mad because the community is just so messed up already.
Yeah, you got your bag.
That's what you're saying. Like that makes no sense. There's no sense in that.
Well, what's his name?
So,
Biden got his bag, huh?
Hey,
Biden said you ain't black.
Exactly. And that's what Jordan Roberts just said right there. So you basically saying Deion is Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
Nah.
But even with that comment, no one got mad about that.
No.
Shit, I did. I ain't like that shit at all.
I ain't like that shit at all either.
If you got a question, if you're gonna vote for me, you ain't black. Basically, what he's saying is, if you black, you a Democrat, and that's not the case. When it comes to politics, I don't even know how we. I don't even know how we got on politics. But when it comes to politics,
you knew the Trump name. It's full blown election time.
When it comes to politics, it is not a black thing or a white thing. It is a rich and a poor thing. I had a professor, Dr. Clark at SAU. He asked us, he said, how many of y'all Republicans? People raise their hand. He said, how many of y'all Democrats? People raise their hand. He goes, well, you ones that are Republican, y'all dumb because you a broke ass college student. You ain't got no money. You are not a Republican. You a Democrat. And for the ones that are Democrat, when you graduate and get some money, you're going to be Republican because when your money change, your mind change. And that's what it is.
Exactly.
You people out here who are black that's voting Democrat and the policies don't line up with what they need. But they vote because they've been scared to vote. They've been forced to vote.
I don't run with neither one of them, and they can't force me to do nothing.
Exactly.
If you can sell me the biggest dream, that's who I'm gonna vote for. People always ask, well, why you voted for Barack? Well, when I was living in Detroit, I seen this black man up talking. He was a senator from Illinois. He spoke so articulate. He rallied me. He made me feel like getting up and going to do something. And it was bedtime. So, yeah, you're going to get my vote. It wasn't just because he was black.
And that's what I think everybody
yeah.
I think everybody should vote from year to year, or from election to election. Your party should change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Based on their platform. That's why I'm telling you, it's crazy. I'm a history buff. And when George Washington, when they was gonna make that motherfucker, they gonna make him king. It's like, bro, we gonna make him king. He said, nah, man, we just got out that shit. We just got out that shit. We don't need no kings. I'm gonna be president. You got 4 years. He established that. They kept that shit going. Then Abraham Lincoln came, and Abraham Lincoln was like, hey, look, man, when I leave, this is what y'all need to do. Do not form political parties because a house divided will not stand. As soon as he left out, they did political parties, and look where we at now. You got
they killed him out so they could get political parties.
They took him out so they can get political parties.
And it's still going on now.
Exactly.
Still going on now. And that, man, I know we didn't derail the train, and we all over here.
My bad. Might have been my fault.
We didn't touch the Abe Lincoln. That's what, you know.
Oh, one is Abe.
Hey man, if you still tuned into the podcast right now, we appreciate y'all for being over here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. Let everybody know what you're watching, where you're watching, and why you're watching it with the Reed Talking Listen podcast. If you're over on the YouTube, hit that notification bell so you can get the notifications when we go live or share any content. Get over to the Instagram, follow my guy right here at DA Dreaded Archer 17. Also follow myself, Big Poppy _19, and then also get to the Reed Talking Listen podcast Instagram and give us a follow over there. We trying to grow it, man. We trying to grow it. The Instagram is getting there, but we need a little help, y'all. We need a little help. Hey, and then don't forget 25 shares. I don't know where we are. I don't think they let us see it. I don't think they let us see it till it's over.
See it right now.
But 25 shares, and we're gonna pick somebody out of whoever shared it to give $100 to, man. So y'all go ahead, get on the shares. So we need 25 unique ones, not one person sharing it 25 times. That won't work like y'all tried to do last week. But there's 25 unique shares, and we're gonna give somebody $100, man, courtesy of the Reed Talking. Listen,
And we had 45 shares, and one cat was like 35 times. Hey, you trying to win that money? I don't blame him.
but man, I just want everybody to know right now. I say it again. I totally understand the move that Deion Sanders has made. All right, let's get that straight off the rip. But I also understand that you cannot build, and I ain't gonna allow somebody to build a platform on Black Pride and then slide to the other side when the other side was the whole entire reason that you said you was coming to do this.
Exactly.
I can't let that go. And that's just where that's that on that.
Yeah,
Man,
I know.
feel you, but it's like, okay, Michigan State. What is it? Was it Iowa State? One of them, because most of the schools up here were some of the first that was actually, letting blacks play when football first started as well. So it mixes
Syracuse
certain
was the
things
first
up.
one.
There you go. Circuit. Well, the first guy who got killed, what he played for, um was it Iowa State? So they named the stadium after one of them schools, named after a black man who, he got killed basically on the field for racism. So it's just certain things that, I feel you, Nick, but I don't look at him just basing it just on the black back and the black dollar. He already had bread. I think he took more of an L doing what he did at Jackson than what he won. Now his name and all that and the money he made for them, cause didn't he help build facilities and stuff?
Yeah. And he made a lot of money for them, but and we all look at his salary that he was getting there, but the fame and notoriety brought him way more bread than Jackson State could ever pay.
He gonna get that wherever he go. That's not
I agree.
Hey, Kiki, and the name you looking at is Jack Trice. He played at Iowa State. He died on the field.
On me. And they named the stadium after.
Yep.
That's why, I'm like you to a certain degree. I just got old and they can't remember everything. I love history. I want to know the schools
I got
that
Google.
first let us
I
play.
Google.
I want to know the people who first let us play. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, Kiki, let me ask you a question. So have you ever worked a job where you had a union?
yeah, railroad.
So check this out. So let's say your union president come to you and say, hey, we're going on strike because they ain't giving us XYZ. And they get everybody on board. All right, cool, we're going on strike. So y'all all sitting at home or y'all out picketing and all that stuff. Well, the whole time you thinking that this dude that started to help, that told y'all striking, you thinking he's striking with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
The people at the company come to him and say, hey man, look, if you end this strike, we're gonna make you upper management.
Mm-hmm.
So he come to y'all and say, hey man, we ending the strike. So y'all like, all right, we ending the strike. And then Monday morning when y'all show up to work, he in a suit and tie, he upper management. Mm-hmm. How would you feel? Would you feel upset that he did what he did?
Or you got down on me.
Or you gonna be like, damn man, he got the bag, we good.
You got down on me, but they're doing that already.
But I think you gotta add more to that. You gotta add more to that too, though, Trey, because
you better, because I know this.
Yeah, he brought more to because he brought more to Jackson. He did bring things to Jackson. He brought things to Jackson State. He didn't just say, hey, we gonna fight the machine, and while everybody was fighting, he was over there getting his back rubbed. You know what I'm saying? He did bring things to Jackson. So you gotta add more to that. You gotta add more to that analogy.
All right, so he actually getting shit done. He got y'all better healthcare plan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get longer paid vacations. Y'all getting all this shit. But the main thing was, man, we getting everybody a $200 raise an hour, $200 raise. So he got a bunch of shit done, but then when it came to that $200 raise, he dipped out. Or y'all be like, well, at least we got this other shit. Or you gonna be like, damn, we didn't get everything.
They're gonna be like, at least we got this shit right here because they do it now.
Well, I ain't never been part of no union.
as the machine is working on them trains, I kept asking, so who signed to say that they was gonna bottom us out at like 25, $26 an hour? Nobody could tell me anything. The union rep did that. The union rep got that kickback. It's a difference. A lot of them more snakish. I can't
Right.
even label Dion like that because I watched what you did. Imagine the people that he got water for that we don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't take a whole lot from him because during that crisis, you know that boy was down there working hard and he barely could walk. It
Yeah.
had to be a reason for you to detour or take the train somewhere else. But he had already said if something that was yeah, I gotta look at it. I gotta take a look and see because the object to me for him, black coaches, black athletes, excellence. It's not just the HBCU aspect. All right, 1997, I get the Southern. Shoot, I'm thinking I'm still gonna be playing ball. They ain't had no rooms. See, that's something y'all didn't even know. They ain't had no more rooms. I ended up a year at Wiley College, then went to Eastern Michigan.
So they recruited you and had no rooms.
No rooms, nothing. That's why I never got to play ball like that. No room.
No room.
Well, I'm sorry. No rooms.
No room.
That was a black college. Go to Wiley and man, I think I paid back 2 times for
Yeah.
1 year where you stole. Constantly having to pay like, damn, am I finna flunk out? Do I need to get out here and get in these streets just to pay for school? Where the help at? See, we have to help ourselves too. That's why I look at the fact of, like our grandfathers and all the people, they didn't do that. You put them in positions like what we're talking about, everybody gonna make it. It's like for certain aspect, we get into a certain situation and we not like Dion. We don't try to put us first and make sure that our schools are where they used to be, like them old heads back in the day. That's why to me they fail. We had people in there hand in the cookie jar,
Oh no,
hand in the
no,
cookie jar.
and that's what's going on now. And I'm sure that's why Dion got a lot of pushback than he did because
Yeah,
no one
I
like, hey,
exposed some stuff.
hey, you rocking the boat, man.
Exactly.
National TV, you got on there and told them how folks was stealing money. So
Exactly.
you don't think somebody really was mad on the cool too? So, that's why I look at certain things like this. I feel you, Nick. I mean, I feel you too, Trey. But being the person who went through that too and seeing how I mean, it wasn't like Navy. And I know you went through a lot of trials and tribulations over there. And I know you went through some stuff at SMU. But it ain't nothing like what you going to go through at a black school.
Oh no,
No
I
room.
mean, I've like on my football path, I've came across there's two type of cats that when you talk to them about where they came from, it sounds like they was like they came out the gutter, man. It's a JUCO cat and a
Mm-hmm.
On
cat
me.
and a cat from an HBCU. You
Yep.
talk
Mhm.
to them, they harden. They like it's like
Mhm.
football. They don't even love the game no more. They playing it because
I'm trying to get out.
it's survival at this point. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had a cat when I was at SAU. He came in from some JUCO in California, and he was talking about how they had to go buy their own gloves, their own cleats. Some players didn't even have shoulder pads. They had to either get their high school shoulder pads or try to get some money and scrape up some shoulder pads. They
You
didn't
was
have.
at Pasadena. You talking about a cat from Pasadena City College? I bet I put money on it.
They was the team was black and yellow, but he I mean he the way he talked about it, like, bruh, we got at SAU, we got a pair of workout clothes, you know, compression shirts and stuff like that. And bro, when he got it, man, he thought he wore that shit every day. You saw him in the sweatpants every day. Man, why you wear shit every day? The shit where I came from, but we can get shit like this.
Something to be proud of.
I'm coming from a school where if I want a new pair of Nikes, I just go to the training room. Hey Jeff, let me get a pair of Nikes. What size? 12? Boom. Hell, I was sending shoes home to my daddy.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, boy. Let me get 2 or 3 pair of them. There's
Let
gonna
me
be
get
some
2 or
good.
3
There's
pairs.
gonna be some good Christmas gifts, boy. Let me get 2 or 3 pair of them.
Yo, I was
on
this
me.
house. I was throwing shoes away. I'd get a pair of Nike Vapors on Monday, Friday they in the trash. I got a new pair on. So like,
BJ and them had to put their own decals on their helmet. They got, I think, 2 or 3 jerseys. Had to buy everything else. I had to buy cleats, all that. Compared to think about it, PG, give you everything.
Everything.
Now imagine a HBCU.
so I know like talking to them cats from HBCUs, they say, man, it ain't like there's only a handful of schools where you taken care of. Other than
And we
that,
watched Jackson look good.
well,
We ain't
actually,
seen
it's
nobody look
funny.
like that on the field.
I just watched interview with Bomani Jones, and he said that other than Oregon, Jackson State has the most uniform combinations than any other school in the country since Deion got there.
What was it last year before that? The team that played against Grambling, they didn't even want to come down and play because of their visitor facilities was dumpster. Remember that?
Yep.
They was talking about taking the clothes, where wasn't nobody gonna play none of them at home. How we get like this for Grambling? This is like a school that's been creme de la creme for
Well,
excellence.
wasn't it
So
Grambling said
why
they?
we never rebuilt the stuff? Why was it still like when Miss Daddy Robinson was there?
Because nobody's looking.
No one's looking.
Everybody know. Hey, everybody that lived in a spot like this, either whether it was in college or wherever it may be in your lifetime. Most of us that lived in a spot like this where something was messed up. You know what
Not
I'm
where
saying?
they was prestige schools.
No, this is what I'm
Not
saying. No, no, no,
not
no. This is
not
what
a
I'm saying right
school
here.
of
This,
where
this,
you
this is
you
what I'm
had
saying though.
some
This is what I'm
excellence.
saying though. When you ain't having no company, like especially like when we was off in college living in our apartment, the apartment wasn't always looking how you supposed to be living. If somebody, if your mama or your granny would have walked in your apartment, they was gonna be on your head. You know what I'm saying? How you living in this filth? You know
Hmm.
you nasty ass. You know what you gonna get. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But when you was
Hmm.
living like that, because wasn't nobody coming over there. You going out every night. You
Hmm.
going to old girl crib. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
On me.
nobody coming over there. So you living like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really ain't. You just sleeping there. Really, you really ain't even living there. You just sleeping there.
Just
So
sleeping
when you
there.
coming home late, it's Burger King and McDonald's cups and bags on the nightstand. You know, it's you ain't cleaning up. You ain't got to. Ain't nobody coming over here.
But baby finna come over. That
And,
one
and,
that you really like though.
and that's Deion. And so you better clean that shit up. And that's
But
what they didn't like.
that's to be your visitor. Unless you playing that bop that you just, it is what it is. But baby coming, them the ones who really can make you look bad. Like the folks like, we ain't going in there.
Yeah, and like Nick's analogy, that's Dion.
That's what I'm
Dion
saying. He brought the
Dion came to
cameras. He brought
Dion
the
came and
media.
brought the cameras, and people, oh shit, I gotta start. You get to doing that here.
Well, shit, you didn't let
So
so many cups pile up. And now one of them is spilled at the bottom. It's a stain. You can't clean that up. Not in this time. Not in 2 years.
And
You know
and
so
what
and
I'm saying?
and the first thing that Dion said that a lot of people overlooked it, but it meant something to me because that's the main reason. That's one of the reasons why I love playing the game. We can't put the kid's name on the back of their jersey in the swag.
hmm.
And that right there was the starter shit. That's all he started shining lights on that part, and people thought that ain't really nothing, but it was because that was a start, and then all the other shit started coming out. Oh, now y'all going to play Florida State and getting your head beat in 75-0, and you only got paid $30,000 or eighty
And
thousand
five
dollars. But
five
but
stars hurt.
but
Five of
but
your starters.
Marshall goes up to Notre Dame, beat them, and they get 13 mil or whatever it was, 8 million. They get $8 million.
So who made that deal?
Somebody at
Because
the
if I'm
top,
finna
At
go
the top.
play and
because at
you
the
finna
top,
throttle me, you finna
it's,
hit that dirt bike on me.
it's
I'm
probably it
finna,
was,
hey,
pro- it was probably more. It was probably, hey,
I
we'll
was
pay
just about
y'all.
to say.
We'll pay y'all 400,000 to come play. Oh, I will. I'm gonna take three off the top, so we get 100K, and that 100K going to
By the
pay for
time
it.
that shit get down to Eddie, that shit got a 30K.
Yep.
10, 15.
I'm telling you. And so
Then
I understand it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I've been saying this the whole time, man. I understand it. I understand it all. I just
Because he
understand the
couldn't
other
have
side
changed it.
too.
That's why I feel like he did everything he possibly could. Because that part wasn't gonna be changed. They'd have done something to him first. Because now you messing with my pocket. And folks ain't the people don't who gonna let you mess with their bread?
No, and no one. But the thing is, he set out to uncover all that stuff.
It was uncovered though.
I'm here to change. I'm here to change the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then like what I thought was going to happen was when I saw Eddie George go to Tennessee. It was a Tennessee State, and then
Yep.
you see Marshall Falk at the School of Missouri. I thought what's going to
Yep.
happen is Deion's going to get a bunch of ex NFL players to go start coaching at all these HBCUs. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if that happened, now the spotlight is everywhere because then you got all these Hall of Famers that are now coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But if you at the top of HBCU and you seeing what's happening at Jackson State, you seeing what's happening at Tennessee State, you seeing what's happening at Missouri Southern, you like man, they messing the money up over there because you know they know somebody that worked there. Oh man, we used to I was getting bonuses like crazy. Now these cats over here, the money running dry. We can't we can't let that happen at Bethune Cookman.
Exactly.
Don't bring no NFL player Bethune Cookman because they're gonna bring the cameras.
Exactly. And that's what I think. And I wanted to mention that earlier. I think that was happening. I think that was because it happened too quick. It was like bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? It happened too quick for it not to have been a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere. So I think
because at one point in time it was rumored that Jerry Rice was going to Mississippi Valley
and Ray Lewis
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they said T.O. was going to be coaching, was going to be assistant coach somewhere.
Exactly. You had Warren Sapp.
Mhm.
It was a bunch of names just coming out. It was a bunch of names just coming out. You know what I'm saying? That these guys they was gonna start doing this. And there was a call. We talked about this a long time ago. There was somewhere in a room when everybody met, they say, "Hey man, we gotta stop this shit."
Mhm.
Whatever side it was on, whether it was on a Power 5 side, they didn't want it to happen, or whether it was our own folks. That meeting, that conversation in that room happened somewhere, and I believe that.
And they really didn't really know what was going on there. Too money hungry. Because if you take a step back and really look at the revenues that a real good positive football team brings in, you could have got more money if you were still. You
Oh
just
yeah,
greed. It was
Yep.
greed.
it,
He
it,
gone
it,
because
it
of
was it was
greed.
greed. It was greed and jealousy. But I think
Mhm.
that's a big part of our culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So he
saying?
gone
Grabbing
because
the
of
bucket.
greed. I can't even get mad at him. And really, I don't even use that no more, fam. You want to know why? All crabs trying to get out. It ain't my bad. I grab your leg, dog. I wasn't trying to really grab you. I'm trying to get out this hole too.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But it has to go back to them as well and be put where we're holding people accountable and not just like a person that's Deion, just the fucking football coach. I
yeah.
mean, all these people who are in control of this money, the CFO, they all need to be fired.
Yeah. Clean house.
Clean
Yeah.
house.
But when it comes to a college, we're looking at just like the football side. And like I said,
That's
I
where the
didn't go.
money come from.
Yeah, I didn't go. None of us. Well, me and Nick didn't go to HBCU, so I don't know the inner workings of how all that shit go. But I worked in a college, and I know how it. I worked at a community college, and I'm pretty sure they all run the same.
Mm-hmm.
All colleges are pretty much run the same. There's money coming in there. Now, where it go when it get there, it's a
Yeah,
whole different. It's a whole different story. Where it
exactly.
go, it's a whole different story. So it'd be hard to you really. I can see what Deion was saying. I can at least change the football culture, and maybe that shit will work. It'll work up the chain. But we all know shit roll downhill. It's hard to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
So you make a change the football facility, but then everything else
And
is
you also know
it's
how
shit.
that go too. You also know how that go too. We are former athletes, and you know it's always when you're dealing with a school system, it's always going to be a headbutt of the athletes and the coaches versus the students, the regular students, and the teachers. It's always
Mm-hmm.
going to be so. not only was he getting, not only should he have known he was going to get backlash from the other coaches and the other SWAC and all and people around, but he should have known as soon as I build these new facilities on this campus and them teachers been teaching in them same buildings since the 80s, it's gonna be some shit over here.
Yeah, but I think he knew all that.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think those were the biggest problems. The biggest problems is seeing the money get stole and not given to the kids. And then you looking at these Power Five schools. Hell yeah, they stealing too. But look at their facilities.
No, but see, here's the thing right here. So, if you look at any company, there's always somebody skimming off the top.
Oh, me.
But the thing is, there's other cultures. They know how to skim to where everything's still functioning.
You can't be seen.
On our side, we skim
steal
to the
too
we
much.
skim to the slab. We
To
gonna
the
skim,
damn
skim,
slab.
We're
skim,
gonna
skim,
take it
skim,
out.
and then ain't shit left. And then it's like, well, shit, how we gonna pay the light bill?
Everybody
Oh,
said that's slab.
there was a college, HBCU in California. They was in trouble because they didn't know how to pay the light bill because all the money was gone. So y'all didn't skim. I understand we skimming off the top. Hell, at the Naval Academy, one of our commandants, they had a slush fund. He got caught. It's going on there. He took too much. I mean, that yacht too big.
Key word. They had a slush fund. So he went to nibbling out of that slush fund.
Yeah.
You got to stay within your nibble.
Stay within your
Like you
nibble.
said a while ago.
But
We nibble a little too much.
We nibble too much. We go back to the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? It's all right when Nut make them tea cakes. It's cool.
Man.
It's cool to walk by and snatch one.
Well, we just snatched 3 or 4. Somebody better get ass whooped.
Now you, hey, now that bowl look a little empty. Who in them tea cakes? You got crumbs in your mouth. Oh,
yeah. I'm going back down the mud.
You know what I'm saying? We skim too much, and that's what's going on at the HBCUs. That's what I believe is going on. People at the top,
that's so hardly.
They skimming too much, and now you can't operate. I can tell you now at Ohio State, there's somebody skimming.
Yeah, they skimming.
They skimming, but they know. Hey,
everybody's stealing.
Yep,
everybody's stealing. We just never learned how to steal.
Exactly. We brought in 100 million. Shit, I'm gonna take about 300,000. I'm gonna take 300,000 this year. I'm gonna take 300,000 next year. And they ain't gonna miss it.
Hey, couple years, I'm a millionaire.
Exactly.
And while I'm skimming,
I'm getting paid.
I'm building shit. So they know what. If also 300,000 was missing. Oh, that bought some seats and that bought some beds or something. That was dorm over there.
Look at that dorm.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh, that's where that money
Look at them new books.
Yep.
We stealing ain't no new books. I had one of my sister books.
What 300?
Exactly. What 300?
For real.
That's how
I had one of my sister books, and shit, Kim 10 years older than me. Come on,
somebody
now.
at Chick-fil-A skimming. Hell yeah, somebody at Chick-fil-A skimming. It's somebody skimming everywhere you look. It's somebody skimming. I don't give a damn what it is. They gonna skim. I done said it a million times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. There ain't a system alive. There ain't a system that has been built that ain't nobody that ever skimmed out of or cheated off of. Ain't no system yet.
I was skimming at Roadhouse, taking little steaks here, little roll here.
You gonna skim. It don't matter. It ain't gotta be money. That's the thing. It ain't gotta be money. Motherfucker gonna skim. Motherfucker gonna skim regardless. Whether he teach you at your time or hey, how many motherfuckers going to work riding the clock? Motherfucker gonna skim regardless. I'm telling you, it's skimming. It's in our nature. People will say this forever. People will always try to say it's innate in humans to be good. I don't believe that. I believe it's innate in humans to be savage. Because it's way easier to steal than it is not to steal. It's way easier to steal. If I put you in a room with a bag with $1 million in it, and
you better get some
in the middle of nowhere, and ain't no cameras around, ain't nothing. It's just you in this bag. But I done told you, hey man. But we ain't homies either. We ain't no family, none of that. And I done told this random cat, hey man, watch that bag. I'm gonna be back in an hour or two. I bet you he ain't gonna be there when you get back.
That bag
if
gonna
he
be,
is,
there.
he took a little bit.
Yeah, the bag short. The bag short. It ain't no million in that bag no more. And that's what I'm saying. It's innate. for us to be evil. We're humans. It's innate for us to steal. It's innate for us to kill, to hurt each other. When somebody say something about you, everybody say, "Oh, it's so easy to walk away." No, it ain't, because everything in you telling you say something better back to him
I mean,
or get on his
either hurt
ass.
his feelings or on me.
Exactly. It's in us.
Bag like
I'm telling you, that bag gonna be light to the mud, boy. However much he can get out of there. Hey, what I say in the office all the time, Cam, I don't trust nobody in them cargo shorts. They got too many.
me.
They got too many pockets.
What
He
you
gonna
doing,
take
Otto?
everything he can fit. He ain't gonna take the bag because he don't want you to know immediately.
That's too much. Them pockets jangling too much.
He say you got more
The
pockets than you got
pockets still
hands.
gotta be light.
You got more pockets than hands. I can't trust you, baby. Yeah, what you doing with all them pockets? Hey,
But that's why, man. I think that's why he left personally. Just being honest, because it's too many things where we watch this person just be, I mean, cocky and brilliant at the same time and have some stuff where, hell, I took some of that shit and used it at work. I ain't gonna hold you up. I follow him every day and listen because it's the message he gives.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, there's one thing that Deion said that I love. Don't let my
Man.
don't let my confidence
Mm-hmm.
affect you. Don't let my confidence affect your insecurities.
It's yeah, that is. I done
Right.
reposted that several times.
That's and we had a show about this a long time ago. But if I'm good, if I'm the best player on the team, why is it that I can't say that? Why
Everybody
can't
else
I
can
say
say
that?
it.
Why can't I say I'm good? If we have an interview, hey Trey, how was this game last night? What you mean? How was the game? You saw me, man. 25 carries, 350 yards, 5 touchdowns. Shit, I was cold. That's how I
You
felt
know,
That's how I felt tonight. But I got
you know, we was taught.
man.
We was taught to do that. We was taught to stay humble, not really,
Exactly.
And then being a Texan, everywhere I go, people say you cocky. And we ain't cocky. We more confident. If we know we can do something, shit, I told you what I could do. And
Yep.
so, I'm living on that and I'm standing on it.
And I get it all the time up here. Oh man,
See,
you Texans, y'all think y'all got the best football. Prove
we
me
do.
otherwise.
We do.
You can pull up any roster in the country. There's gonna be at least 4 or 5 cats from Texas.
Mm-hmm. And 2 or 3 or 4 from East Texas.
And that's why they used to have the Texas versus the nation game.
Yeah.
It
On
was
me.
Texas versus everybody else.
Yep. And that's what you better do. Because if we did IMG in Texas, oh, okay.
It'd be all
I'm
Texas.
trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
I was
We
trying-
don't need to go outside. We
Exactly.
don't have to go nowhere else.
We ain't gotta go outside. We ain't gotta
So,
go outside, man. We ain't gotta go outside, boy. We didn't jump on this thing for 2.5. At
man,
2:30. At 2:30, man. At 2:30. Hey, if it's still somebody out there that want to hop on, man, hey, I gotta do it every week. This is my favorite segment, especially when people hop on, man. Doors of the church is open. You got
huh.
anything to say, man? Any rebuttals, any questions, anything you want to hear us talk about in future episodes, man? Hit that link. It's in the comments somewhere. Chat been popping tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yep.
Man,
Man,
I'm finna let y'all go. It is 2 hours shit. It's 11:50 here. I gotta get up early.
me too.
Already. We appreciate you hopping on tonight. For
I
sure.
Appreciate it.
already love y'all, man.
Yes,
Love
sir.
this
Love you
Same.
too.
one.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Those of the church is wide open.
Link in the chat.
Link in the chat. If you got anything to say, any rebuttals, any remarks, man, go hit that link one time for the one time. And let us know, man. Let us know. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I called Troy earlier and I said, hey man, I feel like the retalking listeners might be capping to me, man. They might be capping to us this week, man. They saying they gonna come on the show tonight. They saying they gonna be in the chat tonight, man. I don't know if it's gonna really go down like that. Hey, shout out to the retalking listeners
went-
in that chat tonight.
It went down. It went down tonight.
And that's what I think. I think this conversation tonight is it's almost like a blueprint. I know we talked a little bit about blueprints tonight, but tonight's conversation is almost like a blueprint of the conversations that I think need to be going on in our community more than just the, hey, your side is wrong, my side is right, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that anybody on this side, I'm not gonna say anybody, but I think that definitely me and you from the conversation we've had, sitting on the side of kind of disagreements with Deion, but we still can understand the move. And then at the same time, even as much as our football side of us can understand the move, we still understand that the way you treated the culture in this situation, was not the right way.
Yeah, you can't agree with it because I mean I've said it over and over again. If you go back and listen to a lot of the old season 1, season 2, season 3 of the RTL, we said, hey, everybody got to be held accountable. I know Jordan Rogers said it earlier. Like, why don't the white coaches get called out when they say stuff? They do. That's why you have the birth of the portal. Now if you promise me something, you better do it, or my ass is gone.
Gone.
Now, and the coaches don't like that. Well, we giving the inmates the keys to the asylum. That's what that guy was talking about. We allowing the players to have way too much control. But that's what you need. I need to be able to hold your feet to the fire. If you tell me something, you better do it. Or at least try your damnness to do it.
But another thing too though, like even with this situation, like I feel like the black detectives or the internet, and like I feel like we just come out for the wrong shit all the time, man. Like we come out and speak on the wrong shit, and then whenever it's time to really say something for real, everybody be quiet. Like had somebody had knocked Deion off, we know who did it right now today.
Yep.
If it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, however minute, whenever this news came out, if it was another situation, we know who did it today. But we still ain't found out who stole the stuff.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? We you know, like I feel like
we don't know who broke Shallow window.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the move could have been stopped. I don't know this to be a fact. I don't know anything about this. The move could have, but I feel like the move could have been stopped had we done steps that we've talked about previous.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you hit something else on the head. We come out for the wrong stuff. Because I can promise you, there's more people that's from Jackson, Mississippi, that's talking about Deion leaving, but they ain't putting no pressure on the Mississippi governor or the mayor of Jackson to get that water shit fixed. Exactly. But they sitting there drinking out a bottle of water, talking about Deion leaving, but they ain't even putting pressure on what's going on in Jackson. And Flint still got poison water.
That's what I'm saying. We got to start coming together for the right situation. We got to start coming together whenever it ain't easy to do it. It was easy to get behind Deion and to, get behind this whole Jackson State movement, this whole HBCU movement. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy to stand up and say, hey, man, you wrong for this.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do that because you first of all, you got most people, you have a picture painted of this person as something different. You know what I'm saying? As a higher up in your mind, in your idea. He's a higher up. When a higher up does something wrong, we always cower down. Especially us. We always cower down. Every time a higher up does something wrong, we cower down. Even with the rap music. If a rapper kills somebody, we give him credit for it. He's a better rapper to us now that he's killed somebody. You see what I'm saying? We always we gang up and get behind the wrong shit every single time. Nobody's rallying together. Nobody rallied together pre-movement saying, hey, we got to do everything we can to get Deion to stay here. Nobody rallied together then, and nobody's rallying together now saying who's going to step up next.
Nope.
We've been arguing for a week about I can be mad, this is why, and no, you shouldn't be mad, and this is why. You're a poor black person if you think Deion's move is bad. You a hater if you think Deion's move to Colorado was bad. How am I a hater when I'm just holding somebody to their word?
I'm holding you accountable.
how does that make me a hater in any type of situation? I'm not jealous that Deion got the job. Hell, he was making more money than me at Jackson State. Hell, he would have been making more money than me at Nowhere State. You see what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter where he coaching at. Deion's gonna have more money than me regardless. So why is him getting a job promotion making me hate now? Now I'm gonna hate because he getting more money than he was already getting. You see what I'm saying? Like that. I don't see that at all. I don't think that's the right way.
No, it's not. And it's like we go back and forth over, the stupid stuff, and we just don't. Like I said, we don't hold people accountable. And then when you do hold people accountable, like you said, you get called a hater. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You in church, y'all, your family lights might get cut off, but then often come around and you look at the pastor, he got new Mercedes and all that, but nobody calls him out.
Nope.
Because he higher up. It is weird. And we got to get past that. If you can call somebody that's below you out, you should be able to call somebody above you out. Because guess what? The person above you is gonna call your ass out
every single time.
ASAP. They're gonna call you out.
Every single time, man.
So everybody gotta be on the same level. Yeah, you may have a higher position than me. You might be more important than me. But if you come to me and you say something and you say you're gonna do something and you get my support, and you don't do it, I'm gonna hold you accountable. Yeah, I'm happy that whatever you're gonna do, yeah, man, I appreciate what you did here. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy on your next move, but hey, man, you said some shit that you didn't follow up on, and at your next spot, you might not want to do that.
Straight up, man. Hey, my favorite part of the show, mental health checks, man. I gotta have them. You know what I'm saying? We've been in an uproar for a week, 3 or 4 days anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your mental health might just be, a little off right now. I know, I done had a few people try to get under my skin, but you couldn't get under my skin about the situation. You really can't get under my skin about too many situations. Because I'm just sitting back and looking at it. I really don't truly have I can say if I have a feeling in this situation, it would be disappointment.
Yep.
Not necessarily in Deion, but disappointment because I know what's going to happen to the movement at this point. You see what I'm saying? So I think if I had a feeling about the whole situation, and there was I had to put a feeling on it, it would be disappointment. But mad, I can't say mad. I can't really say sad. But just more disappointed that the movement won't move in a direction. Not only it won't move in the direction that it was going, but there's no telling where it might turn.
Yeah, it's normally it's gonna get worse if it's gonna get way worse before it get better. Because think about it, now you got all these players who they came to HBCUs under a certain pretense, like this is why I'm coming here. Now, so those schools that did land those 3 and 4 star athletes, them cats hit the portal. I think they said more people hit the portal this year than any time before since it started. Over what?
At least the fastest for sure.
Huh?
So at least the fastest for sure.
Oh yeah, the fastest. I mean, it's jammed up at this point. The portal is jammed up. And I mean, I'm not saying it's all guys leaving HBCUs, but I'm sure it's quite a few of them. Just leaving. And then all the game day, I can promise you now, college game day will not be at any HBCU next year. You know what I'm saying? You probably won't see one. You might see one on TV, but it's gonna be on your local ESPN channel, and it's gonna be playing at like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night when ain't nobody watching. I mean, it's gonna go back to what it was. Because now, if I'm a big media company, my feet is not put to the fire anymore. I don't got I'm not afraid of Deion calling out my station anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a company that's sponsoring sponsor, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about Deion calling my company out while we ain't sponsoring the HBCU.
If I'm an NFL organization, I'm not worried about showing up to the pro day either because Deion not gonna call me out.
I don't have to worry about it.
Sevens across the board, above average, but could be better. Shout out to speed limits and turning lanes for getting my Christmas money. Proud of my close friends using their platform to have an educated and informed discussion and unite people with different point of views. Hashtag RTL, real talk and love. Yes, sir.
Already.
Shout out my super producer, man, Cam, Killer Cam, man. Y'all get to the Instagram, follow my boy at Killer Cam, KILLR Cam over there on the Instagram, man. But yeah, I need the mental health text, bro. 1 through 10, man. How you doing, man? Personally, what's going on in your life? Physically, I know you went to the gym today for sure. But have you been going? And then business wise, man, what's going on with you? Let me know.
All right, so man, physically, man, this week I started back up at the gym, man. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna wait till January to start. I'm starting now. So Monday, upper body, yesterday, leg day, today, this morning I got in, got some shoulders and back. Then went back this afternoon, got my 3 miles in, and it brutal 3 miles. Leg still feeling it right now. But it's the starting block again. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm feeling about a 6 right now. Body hurting, but I feel good though. Um, Personal wise, man, getting ready for the holidays, man. Get ready to come to the crib. Um, and we got a cool hunt coming up next week. You know what I'm saying? Be down there. Hopefully, we knock down some pigs with the bows. So I'm excited about that. So personal wise, man, sitting at about about a 9. And then business wise, man, dude, first off, I want to thank you for, you know what I'm saying, last minute, bro, hopping on the podcast, you know what I'm saying, and just doing the thing, man. It's on track to hit 100K.
Let's get it.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be 100K by Saturday.
Let's get it.
So, hey, I'm sure Carbon TV they loving it. They've been pushing it like crazy. I got people hitting me up saying, "Hey, bro, I just found your podcast. I didn't know I even know about you, but I'm glad I found you." And that's just, it's you reaching an audience that is unheard of, and everybody just want to hear what I gotta say. So it's popping. Then I got people want to hop on the show. Hey man, when can I get in? I need a time slot.
There we
I
go.
mean, what's popping? So it's great, man. Got some gear in. I mean, you guys probably can't see the tag, but there's a guy out of North Carolina, man. The outdoors in color, man. Guy, him and his kids go out fly fishing and all this stuff. He gonna be on the show here pretty soon. Send me a hat, you know what I'm saying, and I just getting love from all over the country. So, man, business wise, at about a 10 right now. I ain't say about it is a 10. It's just
There we go.
everything is going the way it's supposed to go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's all right. So we like to hear. So we like to hear, man. For myself, personally, I'm at about an 8, 9 right now, man. Kind of just wheeling and dealing this end of the year, man. Trying to get some stuff set up for 2023, man. Still got that honeymoon to go on. It's coming up in 2023. Uh, we still haven't even picked the destination for it, but just knowing it's coming up is fine for me. I'm ready to get away for a little while. Uh, so personally, yeah, I'm about an 8, 9 there, man. Physically, I can't complain, man. I definitely need to get on the workout routine here soon. I'm starting to feel that. I'm starting to feel that big boy syndrome come on, man. Whenever it says when you come home and you just want to go to sleep and
Yep.
all that good stuff. Whenever you're not really being physical, so I need to switch that up. But man, I'm feeling good, and I know I can go out there and give somebody a quick bucket right now, or I can line up in a 7-on-7 and hold whoever and go get a route, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And some days I even wake up feeling like I got a series or two left in me at the good old D tackle. So man, I would say physically, man, I'm about an 8 right there too, man. And business wise, man, hey, I can't complain. You see, every day I'm on Snapchat. I'm rocking the merch.
Always.
Always, it's the Retalk and Listen Studio. I got the Dreaded Archer shit back there behind me. Uh, I'm rocking the Cozy Academy hoodie all around, man. Uh, you know, uh, cleaned a bunch of deers with the Gut Daddy this year. Keeping
Yeah.
everybody happy around the great giveaway with For the Toe that we just did, man. We still getting pub off that. Uh, I keep saying it. I keep saying it, man. I'm about to hit 100K. Me and you hop on the Dreaded Archers for the first time together. It's about to hit 100K, man.
Oh yeah,
I can't complain. We having our way right now, man. I'm gonna keep
Ev-
saying it because
having our way.
it's true. We having our way right now. In this game, and I'm loving it. Shout out to everybody who hopped on the podcast tonight. Y'all helping it
For sure.
tremendously. Uh,
Can do it without you.
exactly. You know, the more viewers we get, the more content we can push. You know, the more lending hands come in to help us push the content. The more viewers we get. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who shared it. Hopefully y'all hit that 25. Uh, hopefully y'all hit that 25, man. Shout out my guy FBGM Tez for coming through last week and giving us a crazy show.
Crazy show. Still doing numbers.
Still doing numbers for sure, man. Shout out to my guy for that, man. And I'm just ready for the next one. I'm ready for like the next wave of this whole thing. I'll let y'all know season 4 about to come to an end here in a few episodes. I'm just ready for the next wave. I mean, we had like when you texted me earlier, and you were like, "Man, everything we talked about the HBCU stuff is all just straight audio. We wasn't even on video yet,
bro." It took me back, going back and listening to it. Like we went from that to this. Like, like I mean, we hadn't even been. It hadn't even been 2 years yet.
Yeah,
this is. I mean, it'll be 2 years. What we started in like
it's like May or June,
April or May will be the 2 years. But I mean, we came a long way.
I mean, all the way back before we was even putting them out.
Yeah, I mean, we still got like 10 episodes, like in the vault, just sitting there.
That boy FGM Tez in the comments said, "My guys, yes sir." Hey, that boy ear must have been itching. That boy ear must have been itching. Yes, sir. Hey man, shout out my guy. Y'all go get my guy In My Mind. It'll be dropping December 14th. Y'all make sure y'all go pick that up, man. Get that shit from my guy. He got some good music. I'm telling y'all, man. He got that soul in his music. I'm telling y'all right now. I go check that out one time for the one time.
I've been bumping it, man. I had the Texas flow when I was running this morning. Oh, that's bumping this afternoon.
Hey, got to, man. Got to, man. But with all that being said, man, shout out to you, man. Great episodes tonight. I know I'm gonna say it when we get off camera, but I gotta go ahead and say that shit now.
It was dope, man. It was dope. It was dope.
I called Trey and I was like, "Hey, man, one thing I want to say tonight. Hey, don't let the train get derailed too far. All right, I know we're gonna get off with some people in the comments. I know somebody gonna tap in. I didn't know Big Cuz is gonna come through and stay the whole show, but hey, shout out to Key, man, Key and Rochelle, man. If y'all don't know him, man, y'all need to get to know him, man. OG, straight out of Wampa, Texas. You know what I'm saying? It went all the way back to Abe. Exactly. That's how it happened, man. It be getting derailed sometimes. So I told Trey, I said, "Hey, man, you know how I get sometimes, man. Don't let nobody knock me off my pivot tonight, man. Don't let me. Just let me make it through the whole show and just get out what we need to get out." And here we go, 3 hours later. And I think we got it all out there on the line. I don't think there needs to be any more Deion discussion, especially for the retalking listeners, man. It's all out there on the line. I ain't got nothing else to say about it.
It's out there.
Exactly. I don't got nothing else to say about it. With all that being said, man, you got some last words for the people?
Hey, man, it's a wrap. If you got something that you want to do, start planning for it now and roll into 2023 running. Hit the ground running, man. Because I'm telling you, all it takes is just a thought, and take that thought and run with it. Because once you think it and you put it in the universe, if you don't do nothing with it, somebody else gonna jump and grab it. Once you manifest it, it's there.
Big fact.
So you know what I'm saying. You got to hop on it, man.
Exactly, man. And y'all know me. First of all, I'm gonna piggyback off Trey. Hey, FBGM Tez said I'm for real about that hunt trip, bro.
Hey, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
But a word, man. That ain't nothing but a word. But like I always say, first of all, I'll piggyback off what you said, man. I agree totally with everything you said. If you got something you want to do, now's the time. Ain't no point in waiting. Get out there and get it. We just talked about us starting way back and just recording on Buzzsprout.
Yep.
No, probably y'all probably don't even know what
No, it was
Buzzsprout.
Zencaster.
Zencaster, that's right.
Zencaster.
Zencaster was the first one. See, I don't even go back that far. Hey, recording on Zencaster, and now we got the YouTube popping, we got the Instagram popping, we got the Facebook Live, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sony A73 gang. You see it right there, clear picture, blurry background. Well, none of that. Hey, what none, hey,
None of
wasn't
that.
none of that. You know what I'm saying? We just came a long way with it, man. So if you got something you want to do, go ahead and get out there and do that. And then right now, especially around the holidays, hey, the greedy only get greedier right now. Hey, somebody who ain't got it, who looking at everything you got and they want it. You know what I'm saying? So just be vigilant. Porch
Yep.
Pirates at an all-time high. You know this year gonna be stupid, even more stupid than last
Yep.
year. So man, just be vigilant. Know who's around. Know who your kids playing with. Know the parents of the kids your kids playing with, man. And have yours on you, because I'm always gonna have mine on me. It's crazy times right now. Whatever you need to do to protect your family, hey, it's necessary.
Hey. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
I'll ask you. Hey, are the gas stations down there taking Amazon packages?
I don't know, but I know a lot of places right now, they just coming up with a little message. Hey, you gotta come pick your shit up at the UPS store because no one was home, but they're not really showing up. So like in like high porch power areas, they just leaving your shit at the.
Bro, I was at a gas station today and his cat came in and he walked to the clerk. He goes, "Oh, my name is John something, whatever." And he showed him his phone. The clerk took out his little iPad thing, scanned his phone, went to the back. Amazon package. I said, "Bro, Amazon package?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "We're an Amazon access point now, so you can just get your shit delivered to the gas station, pull up, and either bring it out to your car. Or you come in and get it." I was like, "Man, they crack it down these porch pirates."
Cracking down on the porch pirates. Hey, we'll bring it to your neighborhood gas station. Swing by and pick that shit up on the way home.
That's it.
Hey, that shit crazy, man. But hey, y'all stay vigilant out there. It's a crazy, crazy world, man. Hey, no porch pirates. We are totally against porch pirates here on the Retalking List podcast. But with all that being said, man, I almost hate to end this one before the 3-hour mark because we right there 4 minutes off. But anyway, with all that being said, man, this is season 4, episode 24 of the Retalking Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host Trey Reed. We are out.
Peace.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say.